KTKZ FM, Dunnigan, Sacramento. KTKZ Sacramento. KTKZ News Talk. Coming up, River Cats Baseball on KTKZ 1380 AM. To hear KTKZ News Talk, tune to KTKZ 105.5 FM.
Hit it! The River Cats are up and everybody plays down.
This is Sacramento River Cats Baseball on KTKZ News Talk 1380 AM.
It's on the field. It's in the stands. Gotta get a hit. Hey! The River Cats are up and everybody plays down.
The Sacramento River Cats, the AAA affiliate of the Oakland A's and five-time champion of the Pacific Coast League Southern Division. It's now time for the Heineken On Deck Show. Heineken, it's all about the beer. Here now is the voice of the River Cats, Johnny Dosco.
Well, hi, everybody. We're in Salt Lake City, Utah at Franklin Covey Field. Beautiful night for baseball. It is 80 degrees. Perfect. As we look at the Wasatch Mountains here, the River Cats and the Salt Lake Bees, the A's affiliate against the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, AAA affiliate here in the BCL. River Cats losing last night 4-3. A good ball game. The River Cats with the loss fall to 44-45. They're 11 games back of Tucson, who won again. They've won 3 in a row. As the Sidewinders won their ball game over Vegas 9-5. Our Paint and Carter's pitching matchup tonight, presented by Frazee Paint and Wall Covering, the official paint company of the River Cats. It'll be right-hander Benjamin Fritz to get the call for Sacramento. He is 1-3 in the area of 4.61. He's made 5 starts, 27 1/3 innings, 29 hits. He walked 15. He struck out 17. He'll be opposed by right-hander Stephen Shell, coming off an injury. He had a bicep injury earlier and coming back as his first start back from that. 3-4, 3.91, 12 appearances, 11 starts, 69 innings. He's walked 16 and struck out 44. He's pitched very well for Salt Lake this year. That's our Painting the Corners pitching matchup presented by Frazee Paint and Wall Covering. When it's time to paint, visit the Frazee location nearest you. For the umpires around home plate, it is Jake Uhlenhoff calling balls and strikes. John Mary is at first. Todd Kitchener is at third base. The River Cats will try to climb back to 500, try to go back to Sacramento over 500, winning the final 2 games of this little 3-game set. We'll have more right after this.
How do they make the Heineken cake can? Theory number 51. They cloned a smaller version of a cake.
Hey, Doc, you did another sheep.
I know! I'm working on it!
Theory number 15. They put a full-sized keg in ice water, hoping it would shrivel.
Did it shrivel?
Yeah. Look.
I meant the keg. Ah, it's cute, though.
The one-of-a-kind Heineken cake can. How did they do that? Imported by Heineken USA, White Plains, New York.
Hi, this is Brian McCarn. Tune in all season long to Sacramento River Cats Baseball with Johnny Dosco on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
All right, well, that'll wrap up our Heineken On Deck show. We will have the Low Jack starting lineups in the first pitch right after this.
You've been listening to the Heineken On Deck Show. Heineken, it's all about the beer. Stay tuned. Starting lineups and the first pitch is next.
It's on the field. It's in the stands. Hey! The Cats are up and everybody plays down. We will fight.
I'm here on the street where all the neighborhood grills are gathering. There seems to be a strike of some sort. Here comes a grill now. Sir, your name, please.
Weber.
What's your beef?
We're tired of grilling low-grade meat. It tastes bad, and we get blamed for it.
What are your demands?
Roseville meats. 60 different marinated meats, tri-tip, chicken breast, even exotic meats.
Mile 4! USDA Prime.
You heard it here. Roseville Meats, 700 Atlantic Street, just a mile off I-80 in Roseville.
How do they make the Heineken cake can? Theory number 8. They humiliated a full-sized keg and made it feel small.
You're pathetic. You're weak. You disgust me. You are nothing. Look at that waistline. You're just a big, fat, porky cake. Take this. Oh, there goes the big toe.
The one-of-a-kind Heineken cake can. How did they do that? Imported by Heineken USA, White Plains, New York.
Hit it! The River Cats are up and everybody plays down.
This is Sacramento River Cats Baseball on KTKZ News Talk 1380 AM.
It's on the field. It's in the stands. Gotta get a hit. Hey! The River Cats are up and everybody plays down.
The Sacramento River Cats, the AAA affiliate of the Oakland A's and five-time champion of the Pacific Coast League Southern Division. River Cat Baseball is brought to you in part by Rayleigh's in Bel Air, famous for fine meats and produce, Miller Genuine Draft, golden rich flavor, remarkably smooth. Miller, good call. AT&T, the new AT&T, your world delivered. Heineken, it's all about the beer. And by Sacramento Coca-Cola, proud founding partner of River Cats baseball. Coca-Cola, make it real.
It's on the field. It's in the stands. Gotta get a hit. Gotta get a hit. Hey, the River Cats are up and they're about to play now.
Here now is the voice of the River Cats, Johnny Dosco.
Hi, everybody. We're at Franklin Covey Field in Salt Lake City, Utah. River Cats baseball is on the air. Tonight is the second game of a three-game series and the fifth game of this six-game road trip. River Cats are 3-1 on the trip, as they will face Stephen Shell here, the right-hander. Give it the LoJack starting lineups. First for the River Cats, Milton Bradley will lead things off. He's the designated hitter. It'll be Doug Clark to bat second. He's in right field. Hiram Bocachica is in center field tonight. He's batting third. It'll be Scott McLean to bat fourth and play third base. Andrew Beatty's in that 5 slot in left field. Mike Rouse is batting sixth. He's the shortstop. John Baker is in the 7 slot. He's doing the catching. It'll be Nate Espy to bat eighth and play first base. And D'Angelo Jimenez is the second baseman. He is batting 9. For the Salt Lake Bees, the Angel affiliate here in the BCL, it'll be Reggie Willits to lead things off. He's in center field. Casey Smith is at second base, and he is batting second. Curtis Pride in left field batting third. It'll be Mike Elward in the cleanup spot at third base. Jeff Mathis is the designated hitter, and he is batting fifth. It'll be Jason Espedo to bat sixth and play right field. Adam Patkovich is the shortstop batting seventh. Corey Myers is batting eighth and doing the catching, and Cliff Remole is the first baseman batting ninth. And that is our LoJack starting lineups. LoJack, the most powerful stolen vehicle recovery system available, the only one that's operated by the police. For more information, go to LoJack.com. So Milton Bradley to lead things off. Bradley in his 2 rehab stints 0 for 15. He's 0 for 4. He was 0 for 4 yesterday. But had a couple of decent at-bats. Switch hitter batting from the left side as Stephen Shell looks in. Juan Navarrete is still the skipper for the next couple of days. The fastball misses outshot. It's 1-0. So Navarrete coaching at third base. Charles Thomas at first. Ben Fritz still throwing in the bullpen for the River Cats as the right-hander Stephen Shell to the plate in the 1-0 pitch. That's swung on, a fly ball to center field. Hit well. On back as Willits near the track. He's at the wall, looks up, and it is gone. A home run for Milton Bradley. And the River Cats lead it 1-0. Ah, did Milton hit that ball? Went out to center field and sprinting around the bases. So Milton Bradley with his first hit in his rehab stint. And the River Cats are on the board. Here's Doug Clark, the right fielder. Another Sutter Health home run. Another $50 has been donated from Sutter Health to the March of Dimes to help knock out premature births. And the River Cats have now hit 79 home runs, which means the total is at 3,950. Here's Doug Clark, left-handed hitter, as the pitch from Shell. A bunt attempt by Clark is foul, and it's 0-1. So Milton Bradley unloads. The River Cats have 4 home runs already in the series and 7 home runs in their last 3 games. Clark at 281 on the season. And on the grass at third is Elward. Set the Bees for you defensively. The 0-1 pitch. That's taken inside of the fastball. It's 1-1. Defensively, Cliff Remole is at first base, with Casey Smith at second base, Adam Patkovich at short, and Mike Elward at third. There's the 1-1 pitch. That misses inside, 2-1. Curtis Pride in left field, Reggie Willits in center. Jason Espedo is in right. Doing the catching is Corey Myers on the hill to right-hander Stephen Shell. And on the grass at third, Elward, as the right-hander stares in that slow windup. Now the 2-1 pitch to Clark. Off speed, taken for a strike on the inside corner, and it's 2-2. 345 down the left field line, 375 left center field alley, 420 to dead center. Curls out to about 400, the deepest part of right center, is the 2-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and stroked into right center for a base hit. Over to cut it off is Willits. Clark rounding first, going to dig for 2. The throw to second base. A pretty good throw. The tag, and he's safe at second. Great job by Doug Clark. He doubled the whole time and just did get in. That's a leg double for Clark. And for Doug, that is double number 12 on the year and his 86th hit. Just a great piece of base running by Doug Clark. And there's Hiram Bocachica, the center fielder. So home run and a double. Nice start. Here's Bocachica, who is one hot hitter. He was 3 for 4 last night, 2 doubles and a home run. And 2 days before that, at 4 RBIs, including a 3-run homer and a 3-run homer the day before that. Yeah, he's been a hot hitter to say the least. At 3:30 now, 9 homers, 21 driven in. His Shell checks second in the pitch. Little breaking ball misses inside. It's 1-0. Rivercats now 23-21 on the road, 21-24 at Greeley Field. Trying to even up this series at 1 apiece. The Salt Lake Bees have taken 6 of the first 10 games between these two clubs. There's a 1-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike in the outside corner. It's 1-1. A's and Angels just about ready to get underway in Oakland. The Angels are 4 back of the A's. And that is Jared Weaver and Danny Herron. Jared Weaver and Joe Bland. 1-1 the count on Boca Chica. Clark takes the lead from second. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's swung on a missed good fastball. It's 1-2. I tell you, Boca Chica hit a ball. It was pretty low, and he absolutely tattooed it last night for a solo homer in the 4th inning. I mean, it got out of this ballpark so quickly. One ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the top of the first. As Shell checks second. And the 1-2 pitch. That's popped up foul out of play. That remains at 1-2. Minnesota and Texas were scoreless going into the 5th inning, and the Twins have scored 3 runs off John Reinecker in that 5th inning. Torrey Hunter has hit his 14th of the year. Can somebody cool off Jared Weaver? Maybe the A's able to get to Weaver today. Weaver 5-0, 1.35 coming in. There's a 1-2 pitch from Shell. Off speed, swung on and lifted to right field. Jason Espedo drifting over to his right, under it, waiting, and makes the catch. And holding at second base is Clark as Espedo fires it in. So 1 down in the first, and that will bring up the third baseman, Scott McLean.
This is the third baseman, number 44, Scott McLean.
There's McLean. Scott at 246, 14 homers, and 54 driven in. 1-0 Sacramento, top half of the first. McLean said he, for an 0 for 4 day, he said he saw the ball very, very well yesterday. And just missed a couple of pitches that he feels he should have had. As the pitch is swung on, bounced down to the third baseman, backhanded nicely by Elwood. The long throw to first. He throws it low, and he throws it away. Rounding third base is Clark. He'll come in and score. Going to second base, McLean. The Rivercats lead 2-0. So that'll be an error charge to Elwood. And it's a 2-0 game just like that. Here's Andrew Beatty, the left fielder. For Elwood, that is his 6th error of the year. And he is a switch hitter with that left-handed. Andrew at 269, 4 homers and 17 driven in. Beatty says he feels stronger now. He said it took a while, but over the last week or so, he's felt much stronger at the plate. Here's a pitch. Fastball taken for a strike. It's 0-1. Beatty had a solo homer in the 7th inning last night. And Stephen Shell checks second. And the 0-1 pitch. That's taken outside with a fastball, 1-1. You can tell Elwood rushed that throw to first, and Clipper Emily had no chance. It wasn't a long hop, it wasn't a short hop, kind of an in-between hop, and no chance to dig that out. 1-1 the count. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Off speed, that's fouled back to the screen. It's 1-2. Good crowd on hand on this Saturday night. Many, many people enjoying the grassy berm area with blankets. The kids are rolling down the grassy hill there. A perfect night temperature-wise, as it was last night. 1-2 the count. Here's a 1-2 pitch. That's swung on and fouled back to the screen. Count remains at 1-2. Victor Moreno, I'll tell you, he pitched a heck of a game last night. He worked 5 scoreless before they got to him in the 6th. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's a fastball swung on and missed down. He goes to Beatty, not happy with himself. He knows he swung at what would have been ball 2. That was well out of the zone. A little anxious there, 2 down. And that'll bring up Mike Rouse, the shortstop.
Batting 6th is the shortstop, number 14, Mike Rouse.
Here's Rouse. Rouse at 268 with 4 homers. He's driven in 32 on the year, a left-handed batter. Yankees lead Tampa Bay 3-0. Chad Harville in there for Tampa Bay now is pitch to Rouse, misses low, ball 1-1-0. They're playing at second base with 2 outs. Elwood even with the bag, about 14 feet off the line. Shelfer in the middle of the pitching rubber. Comes set, checks second on the 1-0 pitch. That's taken low and away, 2-0. Shell's last start was against Colorado Springs on the 27th of June. Got the loss, 5 1/3, 11 hits, and 7 earned runs. His roughest start of the year. There's a pitch, fastball for a strike in the outside corner. It's 2-1 on Rouse. He's been a completely different pitcher here at home than he has on the road. On the road, 0-3, 5.40. At home, 3-1, a ERA of 2.5. Only 5 walks in his 6 home starts. A 2-1 pitch. That's swung on and drilled down the right field line, hooking foul and out of play. It'll go out of the stadium, into the players' parking lot out there, and it's now 2-2 on Rouse. First inning has been a tough one for Shell all year. And the slider misses inside. It's now 3-2. His ERA in the first inning is over 6.5. And besides the 6th inning, it's his worst inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. There's a 3-2 pitch. Off speed. That's bounced down to the second baseman on 2 hops. Up with it is Smith. He'll flip it over to Remolay. The inning is over. But the River Cats got a couple of runs. 2 runs, 2 hits in air, 1 left. We're through half an inning. Sacramento 2 and Salt Lake coming up.
The year was 1956, and Sacramento was booming. SMUD had been operating for a decade, and during that time, the population and the number of customers nearly doubled. Electric usage jumped 77%. In spite of this, SMUD cut electric rates 3 times. For 60 years, SMUD has delivered on the promise of public power, low rates, reliable power, and a variety of programs. Call SMUD for information on free shade trees and greenergy at 1-888-742-SMUD. SMUD, the power to do more since 1946.
Interested in an extra $100,000? Then all you have to do to enter to win is take a test drive at the Roseville Auto Mall before they sell their 500,000th car. 16 dealers, 21 brands, and a proud sponsor of the Sacramento River Cats. Eureka Road off I-80 right on Sunrise.
We know what drives you. Roseville Auto Mall.
Home of the $100,000 giveaway. Vehicle test drive required with a valid California driver's license, but no purchase necessary to enter or win. See dealer for details.
In baseball, you could tell a real pitcher by his ERA and a real fan by his HD TV. Yep, high-definition TV from Comcast Digital Cable. You've never seen baseball like this, with amazing color and detail, so lifelike you'll be reaching for your mitt. Plus, you'll get a huge lineup of premium and local programming in HD. You know, for those 5 minutes a week you're not watching sports. So this season, don't just see the game, be the game with HD TV from Comcast. Call 1-800-COMCAST today.
This is Mark Ellis, and you're listening to River Cats Baseball with Johnny Doskow on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
All right, bottom of the first, 2-0 the score. It'll be Willett, Smith, and Pride to face the right-hander Ben Fritz. And we have our recipe for victory. Here's John Baker.
Johnny, today's recipe for victory lies in our bullpen. We have a lot of new faces out there with Peterson and Mitchell, and if Peterson can get in there today and pitch the way that Mitchell did yesterday in support of Ben Fritz, he's going to give us 6 solid innings, and we're going to have a good ballpark.
He said, good day at the ballpark at the end. Yeah, it's a recipe for victory with John Baker. The recipe for victory brought to you by Certified Angus Beef at its best. Available only from Rayleigh's and Bel Air. So, heard it from John Baker. The recipe for victory, the bullpen, and so get 6 solid innings from Ben Fritz. Ben Fritz actually pitched very well at this ballpark in his start here. Of course, that was the day that Jared Weaver put on that clinic. And that was the start as the pitch taken for a strike. That was back on the 23rd of June, 23rd of June. Fritz 5 innings, 4 hits, and 1 earned run. He did walk 5. He struck out 3. 0-1 on Willits as Ben Fritz out of a windup in the 0-1 pitch. That swung on and stroked into center field for a base hit. So Willits wasting no time as he singles to center on the second pitch he sees. And that'll bring up Casey Smith, the second baseman.
Batting second is the second baseman, number 30, Casey Smith.
So in the bottom of the first in Oakland, no score between the Angels and A's. Here is Casey Smith with Willits at first base. Reggie Willits, his 90th hit of the year, is Fritz at the belt. And the pitch to the right-hand hitting Smith misses low and inside with a fastball. It's 1-0. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Sacramento. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 error for the Bees. Right-hander with the belt and goes over to first to keep an eye on Reggie Willits. Minnesota leading Texas 3-0 in the top of the sixth inning. A 3-run fifth for Minnesota off John Reinecker. Fritz at the belt. And the runner goes. The pitch is swung on, a fly ball to right field. And Deeks was the runner. Willits making the catch as Sparky fires to first and not in time. Great throw by Doug Clark from right field. A strike to Ashby, but Willits just did get back. Great deep by Rouse. Acting like he was about ready to get the flip from the second baseman Jimenez. Good adjustment from Willits, and he sprinted back to that first base bag. So one away. Here is Curtis Pride, the left fielder. Detroit at Seattle a little bit later on. That's Minor and Washburn. As Fritz goes over to first to check on Reggie Willits. Willits, he'll run a little bit. He has 22 stolen bases in 34 attempts. Fritz from the first base side of the rubber looks in. Pride in that 3 slot. As Fritz to the plate in the pitch, that's a fastball that misses away. Ball 1-0. Defensive alignment for the River Cats is brought to you by Noble Way Pest Control. Don't let bugs and rodents drive you away. Call the Knights of the Noble Way at 916-929-9020. 916-929-9020. Pitch taken a little bit low. It's now 2-0. It is Nate Espy at first base, D'Angelo Jimenez at second base with Mike Rouse at short and Scott McLean at third. Andrew Beatty is in left field. Iram Boca Chica in center. Doug Clark in right. Doing the catching is John Baker. On the hill, the right-hander Ben Fritz. As the 2-0 pitch taken for a strike in the outside corner, it's 2-1. Brian Harper coaching at third. Jim Efford at first. Salt Lake finds themselves 3 games up on Tacoma, who's lost 2 in a row for the first time in 3 weeks. Fritz over to first to keep an eye on Willits, and Willits gets back in standing up. 2-0 Sacramento, bottom of the first inning. There's the 2-1 pitch. That misses high. Ball 3-1. St. Louis in 10 innings beat Houston today 7-6. Isringhausen in the win over Oswald. Spezio is 5th. Pujols is 29th. And for Houston, Biggio at his 8th. Houston with the loss called a 43-45. The runner goes. Pitch is swung on. A fly ball to left center. Well, going back is beating near the track at the wall, and it is gone. Curtis Pride with a 2-run homer to tie this baseball game up at 2. For Pride, his 6th home run of the year, RBIs 31 and 32. And here's Mike Elward, the third baseman. So Pride hits it over the left center field while the ball is carrying very well tonight. We could have a wild one here at Franklin Covey. Elward at 308, 4 homers, 30 driven in. Is the breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-1. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Bees. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for the River Cats. Now I was kind of surprised on the ball hit by McLean as the pitch is swung on and lifted to right field. Coming up for it, Doug Clark. Now over to his right, under it makes the catch, and there are 2 away. And here's Jeff Mathis, the designated hitter. I was kind of surprised he didn't score that single E5. It was a tough play. Elward was deep at third base. He was actually in foul territory by the time he made that throw. But the official score said a good throw would have gotten him, so he scored it just straight E5. Now that could have been ruled single E5 easily. Mathis, a right-handed hitter at 294, is Fritz to the plate in the pitch. That swung on and missed, 0-1. River Cats will return home on Thursday. Take on the Salt Lake Bees. Forward to seeing you at the ballpark for that 4-game set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And this is outside. Ball 1-1. Tomorrow's a 1 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time start. Here's a chopper at the third. McLean up with it. He'll sling it over to first in time, and the inning is over. But the Salt Lake Bees tie up the baseball game. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left. We are through 1 inning of play. River Cats 2, Salt Lake 2. Top of the second after this.
You know the secret to a good sandwich? The roll or bread it's made with. And that's why you should taste one of our new deli sandwiches at Rayleigh's in Bel Air. I'm Frank McMinn. We use a crusty ciabatta roll on our cold gourmet sandwiches and a delicious Italian flatbread to make our hot panini sandwiches. The bread basted lightly with garlic butter. One of our new panini sandwiches, named the Napa, has prosciutto, fresh mozzarella, sliced tomatoes, fresh basil leaves, and a sprinkle of freshly grated Parmesan. Then we grill the sandwich on our panini grill. Serve it to you hot and yummy. Cheese melting. A brochure at Rayleigh's in Bel Air shows all of our new sandwiches, including a veggie sandwich made with organic greens, avocado, tomatoes, wheat berry bread. All sandwiches are $4.99 in the deli at Rayleigh's in Bel Air. Stop by around noon. We'll do lunch.
Meritage Homes is on the move with brand new neighborhoods in West Sacramento, Roseville, Lincoln, Elk Grove, Plumas Lakes, and Sacramento. Each new Meritage Homes neighborhood features a selection of single and 2-story homes in sizes and budgets to fit the needs of nearly every home buyer. For additional information, you can visit the communities in person, tour their homes online at meritagehomes.com, or call 916-677-5795, 916-677-5795.
You're listening to Sacramento River Cats Baseball on KTKZ News Talk 1380 AM. River Cats Baseball is brought to you in part by Chevron with Techron, the first gasoline to be designated top tier by leading automakers. Comcast, more programs you want to watch in HD TV. That's Comcastic. And by Alpine Meats, satisfying taste buds since 1936.
Top of the second, a 2-2 ball game as shelled to the plate in the first pitch to Baker is taken outside. Ball 1-0. John at 292, 3 homers and 27 driven in. Left-hand hitter out of Cal. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's taken low and away, 2-0. Boston beat the White Sox earlier today, 9-6. Josh Beckett picked up his 11th win, now 11-4. David Risquet with the loss, 0-2, and Jonathan Papelbaum with save number 26 as the pitch misses high. It's 3-0 on Baker. David Ortiz hit his 31st of the year. The White Sox, Jim Thome at his 30th. Jermaine Dye with numbers 23 and 24. The 3-0 to Baker in there for a strike, 3-1. How about John Lackey last night? As the pitch taken low, ball 4, he lost him. So Baker walks to lead off the second. That'll bring up first baseman Nate Espy. Lackey did something that had been done since the 11th of June, 1982, and that was allow a leadoff hit and then retire the next 27 hitters. You notice the A's comments were rather short and concise. I mean, they respected Lackey for his effort, but they didn't go into any long, drawn-out praise for him because, the whole incident that happened with Jason Kendall, and you have to respect what he did. I mean, it's taken for a strike 0-1. 27 hitters in a row to retire after that leadoff hit. That incident, I believe, the 2nd of May, Kendall went out there. 0-1 the count on Nate Espy at 281 is shelled at the plate, the 0-1 pitch. That swung on a foul back 0-2. We're in the bottom of the 2nd in Oakland. We're scoreless. Angels and A's. Florida split with the Mets today. They won the first game 3-2. They lost the second one 17-3. Shell the high set. Now the 0-2 pitch. And this is high, 1-2. Yeah, tomorrow, 1 o'clock, it will be left-hander Randy Kiesler for the River Cats against right-hander Dustin Mosley. There's a 1-2 pitch. That's swung on and fouled away on the right side out of play. Count remains at 1-2. The Roosevelt Auto Mall proud sponsor of the River Cats, home of the $100,000 giveaway. Take a test drive. You're entered to win $100,000 when they sell 500,000 cars. Eureka Road off I-80, go right on Sunrise. Well, infield and double play depth. Pakovich and Smith. Our first look at Adam Pakovich at shortstop. He's going to play third. He's going to play second. Here's the 1-2 to Espy. That's taken a little bit low. A right shoulder twitch by the home plate umpire, but he did not call it a strike. 2-2 the count. I would love when you see that the umpire twitching that right shoulder, about ready to ring him up, and didn't quite think the pitch was worth ringing him out on. 2-2 the count. Right-hander Shell, first name Steven, comes set, the 2-2 pitch. That's a breaking ball, chased and missed. Down he goes. A snap throw by Myers down to Remele at first, but Baker back in safely. Second strikeout for Shell. One away. That'll bring up the second baseman, D'Angelo Jimenez. River Cats are 47-42 all time against Salt Lake. River Cats activating left-hander Trent Peterson from Single A Stockton. There's the pitch. That's taken for a strike to the knees. It's 0-1. Juan Dominguez placed on the disabled list retroactive to the 6th of July. With right ankle inflammation. Top of the second, 2-2 the score here at Franklin Covey. Baker takes his lead and Shell over to first to check on it. Shell against the River Cats on the 22nd of June. He got the loss, 4 2/3 innings, allowed 11 hits and 5 runs. Just 2 of them earned. That was here at Franklin Covey. There's the 0-1 pitch. That's taken outside, 1-1. Jimenez, a rough start, 3 for his first 39, hitting 077. Third baseman Elward, well off the line at third. Then he's a switch hitter batting from the left side, open stance. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball taken a little bit low, 2-1. San Francisco beat the Dodgers today 11-7. Noah Lowry with the win 4-5. Derek Lowe the loss 7-5, and Armando Benitez with his 10th save. And Noah Lowry also hit a home run, his first career homer. Moises Alou at his 10th. Ray Durham his 12th. And the runner goes. The pitch is swung on and banked into right center for a base hit. With the play in front of him, Baker will go all the way to third base. Jimenez, a sharp single to right center. The Rivercats have runners on first and third with one out. And under the designated hitter, Milton Bradley. So here's Bradley, who homered in the first inning. Rivercats with their third hit. And here's Milton, the switch hitter, will bat from the left side. Second baseman Smith is kind of cheating towards second, so huge hole in the right side with Remole holding on Jimenez. Here's a pitch. Off speed, swung on a fly ball to right center, and it's going to fall in for a base hit. Coming in to score is John Baker, going to second base, Jimenez, and it's now 3-2 Rivercats. So Bradley with his second hit and his second RBI. Good effort by Willits as he tried to make the sliding catch, but it bounced well in front of him. Somehow, some way, he was able to knock it down. If he doesn't, it gets past him and another run scored. So Milton Bradley, a home run and a single. Here's Clark. It's a 3-2 Rivercat lead. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Rivercats. 2 runs, 2 hits, and 1 error for Salt Lake. Clark doubled and scored in the first inning. We're dug at 284 on the year. Don't forget July 14th, the Dinger bobblehead. That'll be out. That'll be on Friday night. Here's a pitch. That's taken outside. Ball 1-1-0. Rivercats managed 3 runs and 6 hits in the ballgame last night. Here's a pitch. That's swung on and fouled to our left and out of play. And it's 1-1. And John Baker added to the Pacific Coast League All-Star team. The catcher was named to replace Omaha catcher Paul Phillips, who was called up to the big club. So Baker will join Matt Roney as the 1-1 pitch is swung on a busted bat line drive, base hit center field. Getting a late start was Jimenez. He will hold at third. And the Rivercats have loaded the bases for Iram Boca Chica. So Doug Clark jammed there, but he was still able to muscle that ball into center field for the Rivercats' 5th hit. And here's Boca Chica. Now Charles Nagy will go out there and check on Shell. Great start for the Rivercats offensively. Bradley has 2 hits. Clark has 2 hits. And Nagy will go out there. Well, with over 30 locations throughout the region, you will find a Great Clips near you. And don't forget, when you come out to Rivercats game and you catch the first foul ball, you get a free haircut voucher from Great Clips. So relax, you're at Great Clips. And already some action in the bullpen. I'm sure they were concerned about the bicep Shell anyway. They're not taking any chances. They got a right-hander loosening up. Jeff Haberlow, right-hander, loosening up in the bullpen for the Salt Lake Bees. Here's the pitch to Boca Chica. Swung on and squibbed foul toward the Salt Lake dugout, and it's 0-1. 3-2 Rivercats, top of the second. The infield is in. Actually, now the shortstop, Pakovich, moves back. They're back in double play depth, Pakovich and Smith. But in with the bag at third is Elward. Remole just in front of Clark. 0-1 pitch. That's swung on, line drive, base hit down the left field line. Will go for extra bases. Goes all the way to the wall. Jimenez will score. Bradley around third. He will score on a double from Boca Chica as Clark stops at third. It's now 5-2 Rivercats. So Boca Chica RBIs 22 and 23 for the Rivercats this year. And the Rivercats have second and third with one out. Here's Scott McLean, the third baseman. Oh, has Boca Chica been a hot hitter for Iram, his 7th double of the year and his 36th hit. And here's McLean, the 7th man about here in the inning. Runners on second and third. Here's the pitch to McLean. That swung on and fouled away right side. It's 0-1. So good for John Baker. Making his first AAA All-Star team. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's taken outside. 1-1. Now Paul Phillips called up yesterday by the Kansas City Royals. One and one to count on Scott McLean. 1-1 pitch. That's taken inside. Ball 2-2-1. McLean reached on an Elward error in the first inning. 0 for 1. There's a 2-1 pitch. That's swung on a bouncer down to the shortstop. Up on the second hop is Pakovich. He throws to first in time. And there are 2 away, but Park scores. Boca Chica goes to third, and the River Cats now lead 6-2. So McLean picks his 55th RBI of the year. And that'll bring up Andrew Beatty, the left fielder. Well, that's a productive out. River Cats have a 4-run second now, and here's Beatty, the 8th man to bat in the inning. Beatty struck out swinging in the first inning, 0 for 1. Here's a pitch. That's a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Kellogg Garden Products, a specific soil for every planting purpose. Kellogg, the official planting mixes of the Sacramento River Cats. Maybe the field looks too good. 0-1 pitch to Beatty. That's taken outside, a little bit low, 1-1. There's a 1-1 pitch. That's chased and missed 1-2. Beatty seems a little anxious today at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the River Cats. 2 runs, 2 hits, and 1 error for Salt Lake. Where we are in the top of the second. Runner on third base. Shell's 1-2 pitch. Pappas is high. Ball 2-2-2. River Cats with the gray uniforms. Maroon and gold letters and numbers. Gold in there anyway. But, there's some gold in the Sacramento. The 2-2 pitch. That's swung on and fouled back to the screen. The count remains at 2-2. It's been a while since the River Cats jumped out on a club this early. With 6 runs in the first couple of innings. It's the 2-2 pitch. That's swung on, hit on 1 hop to the first baseman. Nice play by Remele. Beatty hit that ball pretty well. Remele will take the bag himself, and the inning is over. But the River Cats sent 8 men to the plate, come up with 4 runs on 4 hits, a walk, and 1 left. We're through an inning and a half. It's Sacramento 6, Salt Lake 2. Bottom of the second after this on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
This just in. Some gasoline brands you think of as being premium aren't so premium after all. Because while Chevron with Teflon was the first gasoline-designated top-tier gasoline by BMW, GM, Honda, and Toyota, some of our big-name competitors still don't qualify. So stop by Chevron, where premium isn't just another way of saying close but not quite Techron. Chevron. And you can pay for your gas and other purchases with your Chevron credit card.
Did you know that Lou Gehrig's baseball career included 493 home runs before ALS struck him out? Hit your own home run against Lou Gehrig's disease by raising money to support patient services and ongoing research to find a cure at the 6th annual Walk to Defeat ALS. The walk will be held Saturday, October 7th at the Elk Grove Regional Park during the Harvest Festival. Help the Sacramento River Cats throw Lou Gehrig's disease a curveball. For ticket information, visit alssac.org. The Sacramento River Cats are once again a proud sponsor of the ALS Association Greater Sacramento Chapter.
For 60 years, you've included Best Western in your family summer vacation. To say thanks, the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada are offering you a limited edition $50 Best Western travel card and up to 20% off your stays with our baseball fan rates. Experience the best summer ever with the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Because when you stay any 6 nights with us through August 19th, you'll receive a $50 travel card to use toward a future Best Western stay anywhere in the world and save up to 20% off with our baseball fan rates. Visit us today at bestwesternbaseball.com or call 866-743-8738 and book the baseball fan rate.
Hi, this is Dan Johnson, and you're listening to River Cats Baseball with Johnny Dosco on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
All right, we go to the bottom of the second inning. The River Cats are leading at 6-2. Johnny Dosco with you, and Kelvin Sow is our engineer. As Ben Fritz will face a Speedo, Pakovich, and Myers, and the first pitch to a Speedo, fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1. We're at Franklin Covey Field at Salt Lake City, Utah. 0-1 pitch. And this is high. It's 1-1. Angels had scored 2 in the third. Myceres Turris has hit a home run for the Angels. 1-1 pitch. Off speed, little dribbler down to first. Up with it is Espy. He will feed. Fritz covering in time, and there is one away. Espy a little slow getting out of the box there. So 3-1 on the put out. That's 4 out of 5 retired by Fritz. And that'll bring up Adam Pakovich, the shortstop. Jeff Haberlow still loosening up in the bullpen for the Salt Lake club. Fritz out of a windup and the pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. 0-1. Pakovich at 231, 7 homers and 27 driven in. 0-1 pitch. That's taken for a strike on the outside edge. Delayed call. It's 0-2. Ben Fritz out of Fresno State. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And this is outside. Ball 1-2. Fritz had an outstanding career as a Bulldog. The 1-2 pitch. And this is outside. Ball 2-2. How about that ballpark? I had a chance to visit with him about Biden Field. He's talking about the challenges of pitching at that ballpark. 2-2 pitch, misses high and inside 3-2. And Rance Mullenix, former Toronto Blue Jay, who we had the opportunity to speak with on the air a couple of nights ago in Fresno. Rance Mullenix talked about that ballpark and how a good college facility, but not so much for AAA. The 3-2 pitch taken inside, ball 4. So Fritz walks his first batter. Pakovich to the board. And another is Corey Myers, the catcher. But then Fritz agreed. He said, it's challenging. Hitter-friendly ballpark. He said, but he got used to it and really didn't think about it after a while. He knew he had to get ground balls to survive in that park. He was a dominant college pitcher. Middle infielder, Rouse and Jimenez in double play depth. Myers, a right-handed batter. There's a pitch. Fastball, misses outside. Ball 1-0. 6-2 River Cats. We're in the bottom of the second from Franklin Covey Field. 1 on, 1 out. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That's swung on a busted bat fly ball to center field, coming up for it. Boca Chica dives, can't get it. He traps it, falls in for a base hit. Great effort by Boca Chica. So bloop single for Corey Myers as Pakovich stops at second. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Cliff Remole. Here's Remole, who's hitting 182, no homers and 1 driven in. It's the third hit for Salt Lake. Minnesota still leading Texas 3-0 in the 7th inning. Joaquin Benoit now in there for Texas. Reinker did not pitch all that badly, but Texas has not done anything against Liriano, but who has? What a crime he's done in the All-Star game. Probably be 10-1 after tonight, ERA of 1.8. His line so far tonight is the pitch misses low and it's 1-0. 6 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. Reinecker left after 6 innings. He allowed 9 hits and 3 earned runs. 1-0 pitch to Remole. That's taken for a strike, 1-1. And going to go back to second base and not in time. I'll tell you, they almost caught Pakovich leaning. It wasn't a very good throw by Fritz, but a throw that's closer to the second base bag. Didn't matter, had Pakovich there. Rouse, good job of sneaking in behind him. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's taken low and inside. It's 2-1. 6-2 River Cats, bottom of the second. Very big crowd on hand. A late arriving crowd. I mean, not too many empty seats now. As right-hander to the plate, the 2-1 pitch. That misses inside. 3-1. Last start for Fritz was a good one. Back on the 3rd of July against Salt Lake at home. He lost, but he was very sharp. Maybe his best start. 7 1/3 innings allowed, 6 hits and 2 earned runs. 3-1 pitch swung on and stroked into right field for a base hit. Rounding third base is Pakovich. Harper will hold him there as Clark fires it in. Good throw on one hop by Clark to Baker. So base is loaded now with 1 out. Here's Reggie Willits, the center fielder. And Willits represents the tying run. There's Reggie Willits, but first Rick Rodriguez, the pitching coach, will go out there and chat with Ben Fritz. Now, protection from fire in your home, schools, and businesses are of great concern. And define the way of life of Road Sprinkler Fitters Local Union 669. Since 1915, the highly trained and skilled craftspeople of Local 669 have been making life more livable by installing fire protection systems that operate correctly every time. For more information, go to sprinklerfitters669.org. Now, bases loaded now. Willits singled and scored in the first inning. Reggie hitting .311 on the year. Switch hitter batting from the left side as Fritz from the first base side of the rubber looks in. There's a breaking ball, misses high, 1-0. Want to know the count on Willits. Remley, Myers, and Pakovich take their lead. The 1-0 pitch. That's taken a little bit low. It missed by much. Now 2-0. Hopefully umpire Jake Uhlenhop in a tight zone so far. 2-0 the count. Rivercats lead by 4. The Salt Lake Beast threatening here in the second. Here's a 2-0 pitch. That's taken low. Ball 3-0. And Fritz kind of staring in, wondering where that pitch missed. 3-0 the count on Willits. Now Fritz in danger of walking in a run. Others take their leads, and the 3-0 pitch is taken outside. Ball 4, he lost him. And it's now 6-3 Rivercats. So an RBI walk for Willits in his 36th. Run batted in for the season as Pakovich scores. Myers to third, Remley to second. Now a 6-3 ball game. Those last two pitches, they're not missed by a whole lot. Here's Smith. Now that tying run is at first base. Casey Smith flied out to the right fielder Clark in this first inning. He's 0 for 1. Here's a pitch. That's taken for a strike. The knees. It's 0-1. Six runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Rivercats. 3 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error for the Bees. Fritz to the plate, the 0-1 pitch. That's taken for a strike on the outside edge. It's 0-2. Top of the 4th, the Angels lead the A's 2-0. Right-hander Fritz stares in. As the runners take their leads. Willits, Remley, and Myers. And the 0-2 pitch. That misses outside. Ball 1-2. Office of Traffic Safety reminds you to wear your seatbelt. Click it or ticket. It's the law. Fritz at the belt. Now the 1-2 pitch. That swung on and lined into left field for a base hit. Myers will score. Remley to third. They'll wave him home. The throw cut off by McLean. And now they have Willits hung up. McLean will run him back. He will tag him out. As Smith takes second base, it's now 6-5 Rivercats. I'll tell you, if McLean doesn't cut that ball off, they have Remley at the plate. And I'm not quite sure why it was cut off. It was a Good throw out there by the left fielder Beatty. That's 2 RBIs for Casey Smith as he ends up getting to second base. Willits is thrown out, and that goes 7-5, but it's a 6-5 ball game now. And here's Curtis Pride with 2 outs. Pride homered in the second, a tying run at second base. A wild one so far, 6-5 Rivercats in the second. As Fritz to the plate, and the breaking ball is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. 6-6-0 for the Rivercats, 5-5-1 for the Bees. Pride the 7th command about here in the second inning. The Rivercats send 8 men to the plate in this inning. Fritz looks in, now he steps off. Rivercats 2 in the first, 4 in the second. The Bees with 2 in the first and 3 in the second. 0-1 pitch. That's swung on, a fly ball to center field. That's hit well. Going back, Pocachica near the wall. The ball's going to one hop the wall. Rounding third and scoring is Smith on a double for Pride, and we're tied at 6. It's a 6-6 ball game in the second, a 4-run second for the Bees. And here's Elward, the third baseman. And he's the 8th man about here in the second. So give Pride another RBI, his 33rd of the year. And here's Mike Elward. Slide out to Clark in right field in the first, 0 for 1. There's a pitch. That's taken on the outside edge for a strike. It's 0-1. Right-hander checks second, the 0-1 pitch. That's hit down the right field line, slicing foul and out of play. That'll go in the second level of seats. Nice barehanded catch for a fan out there. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pride for that double. That was the 16th double of the year for Curtis Pride. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. It gets away from Baker, not far enough, so Pride will hold it second. 1 ball and 2 strikes. In the third, it'll be Rouse, Baker, and Espy for the Rivercats. Fritz to the plate, the 1-2 pitch. That misses low and away. It's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's swung up, hit up the middle. The shortstop, Rouse makes the play, spins around from the outfield grass, throws him out. Outstanding play by Rouse to his left. Wow. So 6-3 on the put-out. That saved a run, but the game is tied. 4 runs with the benefit of 4 hits, 1 walk, or 2 walks rather, and 1 man left. We are through 2 complete. Rivercat 6, Salt Lake 6. Back with the top of the third after this on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling Brewery. How may I help you?
Hi. I was wondering if I could return my beer for a refund.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, sir.
Well, it's not a big deal. I just bought a 12-pack for me and my friends, and I think they're defective. Like, they didn't have any taste. You know what I mean? Like, the beer didn't tasted like nothing.
And you want to go ahead and return those?
Well, let me ask you this. Does it ever happen where, like, the taste adder guy dozes off or something? Or, oh, my gosh, what if he was pulling a prank on us? That's brilliant. Is there a guy named Pete who works there? Because I got a buddy named Pete who used to glue quarters to the floor to watch people try to pry him up. Hysterical.
Listen, sir,
Well, I'll tell you what. No, thank you very much. I'm just going to go get a 12-pack of Miller Lite instead. I appreciate your help.
If you're going to choose on taste, choose the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
KTKZ Sacramento, where your opinion counts. A service of Salem Communications. KTKZ News Talk.
Hey fans, the River Cats and Rayleigh Field are selling a brand new hot dog and gourmet sausage. Alpine Meats, the winner of over 18 other companies in that great taste shootout of '93, is now the proud supplier to the River Cats. Alpine products are made in small batches with select meats and premium spices, then slowly smoked with hickory. Alpine Meats, the choice of sports fans at more sports facilities in Northern California than any other company. You'll savor the flavor of Alpine Meats. After all, anything else is just a weenie. Ask your butcher. Alpine Meats, satisfying taste buds since 1936.
Hi, this is Kurt Young. Tune in all season long to River Cats Baseball with Johnny Daskal on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
We go to the top of the third inning. It's a 6-6 ball game as Jeff Haberlow takes over for Shell. And he'll face Rouse. The first pitch from Haberlow misses low and away with the fastball. It's 1-0. Jeff 2-4, 5.51 ERA, making his 9th appearance for the Bees this year. 32 and 2/3 innings, 31 hits. Walked 21, struck out 23. The 1-0 pitch. That's bounced on the right side. On one hop, it'll be fielded by Remolay. He'll step on the bag. There's one away. 3 unassisted. And that will bring up John Baker, the catcher, who walked and scored in the second inning. John at 292. 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Sacramento. 6 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for Salt Lake. The River Cats finally score runs for Ben Fritz. And now Fritz has allowed the 6 runs in 2 innings. It's been rough, and run support for Fritz has been at a premium coming into this game. Pitch taken low, and inside it's 1-0 on Baker. Jeff Haberlow started the game against the River Cats earlier as the pitch taken for a strike, and it's 1-1. Haberlow started on the 2nd of July against the River Cats. He was roughed up. 3 innings, 6 hits, and 6 runs. 5 of those runs are in the 1-1 pitch. That's taken low. It's 2-1 on Baker. Baker was 0 for 2 against Haberlow. That game 6 days ago was a 2-1 pitch. That's taken maybe high. Looked like a pretty good pitch. Now 3-1 on Baker. Jason Perry coaching at first base tonight. He has the night off. Juan Navarrete at first. Tony DeFrancesco will rejoin the ball club on Thursday. It's the 3-1 pitch. That's taken a little bit low. Maybe ball 4. Haberlow a little frustrated, wondering where that pitch missed. I guess it was a little bit low. Baker walks for the 2nd time tonight. And that'll bring him Nate Espy, the first baseman. Angels lead Oakland 2-0 in the 4th. There's a pitch. That's taken a little bit low. It's 1-0 on Espy. A 6-6 game in the 3rd. Haberlow looks in. As Baker takes his lead, the 1-0 pitch. That's swung on and fouled back middle of the screen. It's 1-1. Baker from first. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's taken inside. Ball 2-2-0. I'll tell you, the zone of this home plate umpire today, Jake Uhlenhoff, very, very tight for both pitchers. Or all 3 pitchers, I should say. Fritz has been squeezed. Haberlow seems to have been squeezed this inning a little bit. 2-1 the count. And Haberlow first to check on John Baker. The A's have got a hit off Jared Weaver in his 3 innings plus. And Thomas has walked. There's a 2-1 pitch. That's taken for a strike. 2-2. Yeah, the A's have been 1 hit 3 times this year. There's a 2-2 pitch. That's taken outside 3-2. So see if Navarrete rolls the dice here and sends John Baker here with a 3-ball, 2-strike count and 1 out with Espy at the plate. Baker from first. As Haberlow at the belt. And he does not go. The 3-1 pitch is swung on and bounced down the third base line, past the diving Elward and down the line. Baker into third base. Tried to scoop it up, and they'll hold Baker there on a double from Espy. Excuse me, that was the 3-2 pitch, not the 3-1, but Espy doubles right past Elward and down the line. And for Espy, that's his 16th double of the year and his 67th hit. Here's D'Angelo Jimenez, the second baseman, with that go-ahead run now at third base. That's the 7th hit for the River Cats tonight, and their 4th extra base hit. And here's Jimenez, who singled and scored in the second inning. Jeff Haberlow from the third base side of the rubber looks in. Here's a pitch. That's taken low and inside. Ball 1-1-0. Haberlow will turn 28 next month. That's in San Diego. Probably the Mariners system. There's a 1-0 pitch. It's taken outside. The throw down to third base, not in time. Baker head first slide back into third, and the tag applied by Elward. Baker got in safe. A little snap throw by Jeff Mathis, the catcher. Espy at second, Baker at third. As Haberlow at the belt, the 2-0 pitch. That's taken low. It's now 3-0 on Jimenez. So now Haberlow in danger of loading the bases for Milton Bradley, who's already 2 for 2 with a home run. .3-0 pitch. That's taken low, ball 4. So another walk issued by Haberlow. That's his second. And that'll bring up Bradley with the bases loaded and 1 out. Bradley homered in the first, singled and scored in the second. He is driven in 2. Baltimore leading Cleveland 7-4 in the top of the 9th. Haberlow from the third base side of the rubber looks in. Here's a pitch. That's taken a little bit low, 1-0. Wow. This zone is as tight as I have seen a zone this year. Want to know the count on Bradley. And Shell comes set. And the 1-0 pitch. That's swung a bounce to the right side and through for a base hit. Baker will score. Espy around third. They'll wave him home. Here's the throw from Espy. Not in third. The throw from Espedo not in time as Espy scores. Jimenez goes to second base, and the River Cats now lead 8-6. So Milton Bradley with 3 hits and 4 RBIs so far tonight. And the River Cats hold an 8-6 lead. Bradley, what a night. After going 0 for 15 in his 2 rehab stints combined, is now 3 for 3. And here's Doug Clark, who is 2 for 2. He doubled and scored in the first, singled and scored in the second. 8 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the River Cats. 6 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for the Bees. The first time this year that we've had runs scored in the first 5 half innings. River Cats 2 in the first, 4 in the second, and 2 in the third. The Bees with 2 in the first and 4 in the second. That's where we are. It's 8-6. And we said this could be a wild one, and it has been. Here's Clark. Now getting 286 on the year. They had a Team Joyle to the end of River Cats baseball. Nice to have you along. Massachusetts. Here's a pitch. That's taken outside. It's 1-0. Minnesota still leading Texas 3-0 in the 8th. Torrey Hunter is 14th. There's a 1-0 pitch. That swung on a chopper, hit up the middle, and nice play by the shortstop. Hackman steps on the bag, throws to first. He throws wildly to first. So coming in to score is Jimenez. The throw to second base to get Clark not in time. And the River Cats lead 9-6. So he stepped on the bag. The shortstop Hackmich got the force out on Bradley. But his throw was wild. So it'll be fielder's choice E6 as Clark ends up at second base and Jimenez scores. It's a 3-run lead for Sacramento. A 9-6 ball game. And here is Hiram Boca Chica, the center fielder, who is the 7th man about here in the third. So they sent 6 men at the plate in the first, 8 in the second, and at least 7 here in the third inning. The 9-6 River Cat lead in the third inning. So Pakovich with the error. As Clark goes, the pitch is a strike. The throw down to third, not in time. Oh, is that a break? It appeared from here he was out. And we'll see if Harper goes out there to argue with the third base umpire over there, who is Todd Kitchener. Harper on the top step. It looks like he's not coming out. So Clark steals third base. And for Doug, that is stolen base number 18 on the year at 24 attempts. And it's an 0-1 count on Boca Chica, who's now hitting .333. He ran a 2-run double in the second inning. Now it's going to be an RBI for Clark. As the 0-1 pitch swung on and bounced down to the shortstop Pakovich, he scoops it up, fires over to first in time, and the inning is over. The River Cats end up with 3 more runs on 2 hits, 1 error, 2 walks, and 1 man left. We are through 2.5. It's Sacramento 9, Salt Lake 6. Back with the bottom of the third after this.
Carl Roberts right down the lane. Fancy blackjack, pokers his game. He heads down to Jackson Rancheria around twice a week. He knows the locals ain't as nice as pie. He's been known to hold the door and tell you hi. But once he's dealt a hand, he hardly speaks. So be careful when you play his game. He'll fool you once and twice the same. Beware the habit Carl, the king of Consree. In Jackson Rancheria, we call people like Carl dream catchers. People who have discovered that we're so much more than a casino. Perhaps you have too. Jackson Rancheria. Are you a dream catcher?
The 2006 Sacramento River Cats aren't always playing baseball at Raley Field. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 River Cats Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best games, the next generation of premier Xbox Live online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, available now at your local retailer. Jump in at xbox.com for more information.
You're listening to Sacramento River Cats baseball on KTKZ News Talk 1380 AM. River Cats baseball is brought to you in part by Termidor. What's America's top termite defense? Termidor. Visit TermidorHome.com today. Kellogg Garden Products. Kellogg, the official planting mixes of the Sacramento River Cats. And by the Golden One, California's leading credit union.
All right, the first pitch from Fritz to Mathis is in there for a strike, 0-1. 9-6 River Cats, bottom of the third. Mathis hits a ground ball on the left side. It's backhanded by Rouse. He plants, he throws, and he gets him. There's one away. Mathis runs fairly well for a catcher. He's the designated hitter tonight. One away. Here is Jason Espedo, the right fielder. Fritz needs a 1-2-3 inning here. Put up a 0. There has not been a 0 put up in this ball game yet. 9-6 River Cats. We're in the bottom half of the third. Espedo, a left-handed batter, bounced out to the first baseman Espy in the second inning, 0 for 1 as Fritz delivers outside. Ball 1-1-0. 15 runs, 14 hits, and 2 errors in this game. There's a 1-0 pitch. That's taken inside, 2-0. It is not an RBI for Clark, as Jimenez was at second base and not third on that ground ball. I was going to say you can't assume double play as the 2-0 misses high 3-0, but Jimenez was at second base, so no RBI for Doug on that ground ball. 3-0 the count. There's a 3-0 pitch taken outside, ball 4. So another walk. That's the third walk issued by Fritz. As Speedo is aboard, that'll bring up the shortstop, Adam Pakovich. They're through 4 in Oakland. Still 2-0 Angels. Jared Weaver doing it again. A's have only 1 hit in the ball game. Pakovich walked and scored in the second. Hitting .231 on the year is Fritz at the belt. And the right-hander's pitch. That's taken low, 1-0. Fritz from the first base side of the rubber comes set. Another 1-0 pitch. That's swung on, a fly ball to left field. This will stay in the baseball park. Going back for it is Beatty. About 15 feet from the track, he hauls it in for out number 2 as the Speedo returns to first. So 2 down. Here is Corey Myers, the catcher. Java City, Sacramento's specialty coffee roasters since 1894 invites you to grab a coffee or Javalanche at our concession stand while you enjoy the ball game at Raley Field. And Rivercat fans, shop at javacity.com. Get free shipping within Sacramento as the pitch for a strike. 0-1 on Myers. Myers Singleton scored in the second, right-handed batter. 9-6 Rivercats here in the third. 0-1 pitch. That's taken for a strike. Fastball on the outside corner. It's 0-2. Then Fritz comes set, the 0-2 pitch. That's taken a little bit low, 1-2. Then Fritz to first to keep an eye on Jason Espedo. Yankees at the bottom of the ninth leading Tampa Bay 5-1. Yankees look for win number 50 on the year. The 1-2 pitch taken outside. It just missed 2-2. Well, it's been unbelievable. I mean, it really has. I mean, this zone, how tight this zone is. 2-2 the count. Rivercats leading 9-6. They're hurling shirts all over the place here. Here's the pitch. That's fouled away on the right side, out of play. Now remains at 2-2. Now they're throwing some coasters as well. Fritz comes set. And the right-hander's 2-2 pitch. That's swung on and lifted to shallow center field. Going out is Rouse. Coming in is Boca Chica. It'll be Boca Chica to make the catch, and the inning is over. So a 0 is put up. No runs, no hits, a walk, 1 left. We're through 3. Sacramento 9, Salt Lake 6. Back at the top of the 4th after this on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
Girl, I'm no liar. I go to mycoachrewards.com for all your heart's desire. Girl, I'll put you in a fine dress from Blue Flag, Six Flags roller coaster ride, even a Hilton Sweet Beach side. And with every 2-liter 20-ounce of fridge pack, I'm gonna save up for the things that you lack. So baby, I'm singing this song for you to tell you about my love. mycoachrewards.com.
Residency and other restrictions apply. Enter code 5123106 or visit www.mycoachrewards.com for details.
I'm looking for a low interest rate on a home equity loan.
How does 18.9% sound?
Can you go any lower?
How does 18.9% sound?
Other banks talk low rates, but only U.S. Bank has low rates with 5-star service guaranteed. Flexible home equity loans, fast decisions, and low rates. U.S. Bank, 5-star service guarantee. How many stars does your bank have? U.S. Bank, equal housing lender.
What's even better than a brand new car? Winning $100,000 at the Roseville Auto Mall just for test driving it. Right now, every test drive you take at the Roseville Auto Mall enters you into the drawing to win $100,000 when they sell their 500,000th car. Eureka Road, off I-80, right on Sunrise.
We know what drives you. Roseville Auto Mall.
Home of the $100,000 giveaway. Vehicle test drive required with valid California driver's license, but no purchase necessary to enter or win. See dealer for details.
Hi, this is Steve Stanley. Tune in all season long to Sacramento Rivercats baseball with Johnny Dasco on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
It's a 9-6 ball game. The Rivercats are leading it, trying to even up this series at 1 apiece and trying to make it 5 out of 11 against the Salt Lake Bees overall. And in the top of the fourth inning for the River Cats, it'll be Scott McLean, Andrew Beatty, and Mike Rouse to face the right-hander Jeff Haberlow. McLean 0 for 2, reached on the Elwood error in the first. The third baseman, he rounded up the shortstop Pakovich in the second inning. Got an RBI with that ground out, though, for his 55th of the year. 1-0 on McLean. Haberlow delivers the 1-0 pitch that misses low and inside. And it's now 2-0. A 2-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike, 2-1. City of Sacramento salutes the River Cats. Have a place for your business. Call the City of Sacramento Office of Economic Development at 916-808-7223. Fastball misses inside, 3-1. That's 916-808-7223. 3-1 on Scott. Here's a 3-1 pitch. That's swung on and popped up. Shallow center field going out. Pakovich and Smith coming in. Willits. It'll be Reggie Willits, the center fielder, to make the catch. And there's one out in the fourth. That'll bring up the left fielder, Andrew Beatty. Beatty is 0 for 2. Struck out in the first. Bounced out to the first baseman, Remele, in the second. Beatty, switch hitter, batting left-handed. Here's the pitch. That's taken on the inside corner for a strike. It's 0-1 on Andrew. Shell went 2 innings, allowed 6 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. Walked 1 and struck out 2. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's taken low, 2-1. Albuquerque beat Memphis today 11-2. As the pitch in there for a strike on Beatty, it's 1-2. Albuquerque, a big hill to climb, down 11.5 to Round Rock. Round Rock leading Nashville 2-1 in the 7th. Here's a 1-2 pitch. That's swung on line, drive, base hit, right center. Over to cut it off a Speedo, so Beatty picks up his first hit, and that will bring up the shortstop, Mike Rouse.
Shortstop, number 14, Mike Rouse.
Las Vegas has put up 2 in the top half of the first inning in Tucson. Rouse has bounced out twice, once to the second baseman Smith, the other time to the first baseman Remele. Beatty takes his lead to pitch. That's taken low and inside. It's 1-0. 9 runs, 9 hits, and no errors for the River Cats. 6 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Salt Lake Bees. Right-hander at the belt. And the pitch. That's taken outside. Ball 2, 2-0. So 2-0 the count on Mike Rouse. A wild one so far here at Franklin Covey is Haberlow at the belt. And the 2-0 pitch. That's taken low and outside. Now 3-0. Portland and Tacoma just underway. Colorado Springs and Fresno just underway as well. Haberlow to the plate. The 3-0 is taken high and away. Ball 4. So Rouse walks. And that's another walk. It's the third walk issued by Haberlow. And here is John Baker, the catcher. And the catcher, Corey Myers. I said Mathis before, but Myers is the catcher. Baker, the hitter. Baker walked and scored in the second, walked and scored in the third. We're in the top of the fourth inning, 9-6. The River Cats lead it. The Angels have scored 2 more in the fifth. They lead the A's 4-0. As Haberlow checks second. And the pitch to Baker is taken low, 1-0. So Haberlow has struggled. As And this is the second consecutive time that Haverlow has struggled against the River Cats. There's the right-handers, one open. That swung and a bounce back to Haverlow. Might be two. He goes to Pakovich for one. On to first and in time for the double play. A 1-6-3 double play. It appeared that Pakovich was not on the bag, but he was in the neighborhood. No runs, one hit, a walk, and one left with your 3.5. It's Sacramento 9, Salt Lake 6. Bottom of the fourth after this.
Sure, you're listening to the River Cats on the radio right now, but think about when you're at the stadium. You look out at the beautiful green outfield, and what do you say to yourself? Hey, how come my lawn doesn't look like that? It's perfectly natural to feel that way, but maybe you should consider doing something about it, like using Kellogg Topper. Topper gives you such a lush, green, beautiful lawn, you'll expect to see a center fielder on it. Topper, one of the Kellogg planting mixes. Topper, Grow Mulch, Amend, Enrich, and Patio Plus, the official garden products of the Sacramento River Cats.
You know the secret to a good sandwich? The roll or bread it's made with. And that's why you should taste one of our new deli sandwiches at Rayleigh's in Bel Air. I'm Frank McMinn. We use a crusty ciabatta roll on our cold gourmet sandwiches and a delicious Italian flatbread to make our hot panini sandwiches. The bread basted lightly with garlic butter. One of our new panini sandwiches, named Miss Sonoma, has tender pan-roasted turkey breast, creamy Havarti cheese, fresh sliced tomatoes. Then the sandwich is grilled on our panini grill, served to you hot and yummy, the cheese melting, and the wonderful flavor of the Italian flatbread. A brochure at Rayleigh's in Bel Air shows all of our new sandwiches, including a veggie sandwich made with organic greens, avocado, tomatoes, wheat berry bread. All sandwiches are $4.99 in the deli at Rayleigh's in Bel Air. Stop by around noon. We'll do lunch.
Meritage Homes is on the move with brand new neighborhoods in West Sacramento, Roseville, Lincoln, Elk Grove, Plumas Lakes, and Sacramento. Each new Meritage Homes neighborhood features a selection of single and two-story homes in sizes and budgets to fit the needs of nearly every home buyer. For additional information, you can visit the communities in person, tour their homes online at meritagehomes.com, or call 916-677-5795, 916-677-5795.
Hi, this is Kirk Sarlos. Tune in all season long to River Cats Baseball with Johnny Dosco on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
We go to the bottom of the fourth inning with the River Cats leading at 9-6. It'll be Cliff Remole, Reggie Willits, and Casey Smith. Numbers 9, 1, and 2 to face the right-hander Ben Fritz. Here's the pitch. That's swung on it down the left field line, slicing foul and out of play, and it's 0-1. Nothing like the taste of Jim Boy's Tacos. 50 years of great tasting favorites. Go to jimboys.com for the location nearest you. Jim Boy's Tacos. Sometimes you just got to have a real taco. There's a pitch in there for a strike. 0-2 quickly on Remole. Ben Fritz has retired for the last 5 Bs he has faced. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and slapped toward the third baseman, but outside third and foul. We'll try it again. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock start, Pacific Daylight Time. It will be the left-hander Randy Kiesler for the River Cats. And he goes against right-hander Dustin Mosley. Good pitching matchup tomorrow. Kiesler and Mosley. The All-Star break Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thursday, the River Cats will host Salt Lake in a 4-game set. Jason Windsor gets that first start. 0-2 pitch. That misses high 1-2 as Windsor looks for his 9th consecutive winning decision at AAA. He's 8-0, 12-1 between AA and AAA this year. 1-2 pitch. That misses inside, 2-2. Off speed, swung on and foul back. Yeah, it's to our left. And the count remains at 2-2 on the left-hand hitting Clifton Remole. 2-2 pitch. That's chased and missed. Down he goes. And for Ben Fritz, that's his first strikeout. As he's retired 5 of 6 now. Got him on a breaking ball, 1 away. Here's Reggie Willits, the center fielder. Reggie Willits, the Angels Organization Defensive Player of the Month for May. Willits with that base hit in the first inning has hit in 8 straight. His longest hitting streak of the year is 9 as then Fritz delivers low and away. It's 1-0. The switch hitting Willits hitting .311 on the year. It's 2 for 4 yesterday. The pitch that misses high, 2-0. We have our word of the game. You take that word to rivercats.com for your chance to win great prizes, including autographed bats and balls, jerseys, and much, much more. Here's a 2-0 to Willits, taking high 3-0. Our word of the game is amateur. Amateur is our word of the game. You take the word amateur to rivercats.com for your chance to win, because at Raley Field, everybody plays. There's a 3-0 pitch to Willits. That's taken a little bit low. Ball 4. So another walk. It's the 4th walk issued by Fritz. Second time that Reggie has walked. And I'll bring up the second baseman, Casey Smith.
Second baseman, number 13, Casey Smith.
Smith called up from the Arkansas club on the 24th of April. That was when Howie Kendrick was called up by the Angels. Kendrick, by the way, will be off today and tomorrow as he is in Pittsburgh for the All-Star Futures game, which will be played tomorrow. There's a pitch that's taken for a strike 0-1. It will be televised on ESPN2 tomorrow. So Howie Kendrick bringing an All-Star Futures game, and deservingly so. 0-1 on Smith, who was flied out, and in the second he singled and scored. Also picked up a 2 RBIs with that single in the second. 9-6 River Cats. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Willits takes his lead. And spits to the plate in the pitch. That's taken low. It's 1-1. There's a pitch that swung on and popped up. Fritz is calling for it, but getting out of his way is... Fritz got out of the way for Espy. Espy makes the catch on the pitching mound. Originally, Fritz called for it, and Espy said, "No, I got it, buddy." And Fritz came off the mound. Good communication there as Espy makes the catch. So 2 down. And here is Curtis Pride, the left fielder. Pride having quite a night so far. He had a 2-run homer in the first and an RBI double in the second. Getting .336 on the year. 9-6 River Cats, bottom of the 4th. Fritz comes set, and the pitch. That's taken low and inside, 1-0. Arizona was 7 in the top of the 9th. They lead Colorado 8-1. That game is in the bottom of the 9th. Chad Tracy is 13th. Craig Counsell is 3rd. Pitch. Batch swung on a miss. We're behind that fastball, 1-1. They're in the top of the 6th in Oakland. Still 4-0 Angels. The A's have 1 hit, which means in their last 14 innings they have 2 hits. 1-1 the count on Curtis Pride. Rivercats lead by 3 here in the 4th inning as Fritz over to first to keep an eye on Reggie Willits. Right-hander to first to check on Willits. This date in Salt Lake history, Salt Lake Pacific Coast League history, the state 5 years ago, the Stingers earned their 600th win in franchise history as they beat the Royals 3-2 at Omaha. And starting pitcher Brian Cooper picked up the win. Of course, Cooper with Fresno now. The 1-1 swung on, hit down the left field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. It's slicing, foul, and out of play. And it is now 1-2 on Curtis Pride. Minnesota leading Texas 4-0. That game's in the bottom of the 9th. Minnesota with 14 hits in that game. Nathan trying to close it out. There's a 1-2 pitch. That's taken inside and high with the fastball. It's 2-2. 2-2 pitch. That's swung on and slapped foul on the left side out of play. Will bounce in amongst the crowd and land on the second row behind the River Cat dugouts. 2-2. Well, it's from first. There's the right-hander with the belt. Now the 2-2 pitch. That misses inside. Ball 3-2. So Willits will be off on this pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. River Cats with a 3-run lead here in the 4th inning. Ben Fritz from the first base side of the rubber peers in. And the runner goes. The 3-2 pitch taken low. He lost him. Ball 4. And that is the 5th walk issued by Ben Fritz. And now runners on first and second. That brings Mike Elwood the tying run to home plate. Well, LoJack, proud to partner with minor league baseball and sponsor the River Cats with the LoJack caught stealing promotion. Whenever the River Cats catch an opponent's base runner stealing, a lucky fan will win a LoJack unit. LoJack, the only stolen vehicle recovery system that is operated by the police, available for cars, trucks, motorcycles, construction equipment, and laptops. And for more information, go to LoJack.com. Here's Mike Elwood, who could tie the baseball game up with one swing of the bat. Elwood at 3:05 on the year. Big Ben checks second in the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Good pitch, 0-1. One pitch. That's swung on. Fly ball right field coming in forward is the right fielder Clark, and Doug makes the catch, and the inning is over. So no runs, no hits, 2 walks, and 2 men left. We're through 4 completes. The River Cats 9, Salt Lake 6. Back with the top of the 5th after this on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
Hey, Coach Phil here for Monterey Bay Canners. When you're looking for a quick bite to eat before a River Cats game or a night out on the town, start your evening at Monterey Bay Canners. Happy hours daily from 4 to 7, and they even put another hour on there for you from 9 to 10. Great selection of appetizer eats and some excellent prices. Stop in at Monterey Bay Canners for dinner and enjoy 9 different types of fresh fish. Monterey Bay Canners, off I-5 at the Richards Boulevard exit on Burkett Drive. Monterey Bay Canners. If their fish were any fresher, they'd still be swimming.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
In baseball, you can tell a real pitcher by his ERA and a real fan by his HD TV. Yep, high-definition TV from Comcast Digital Cable. You've never seen baseball like this, with amazing color and detail, so lifelike you'll be reaching for your mitt. Plus, you'll get a huge lineup of premium and local programming in HD. You know, for those 5 minutes a week you're not watching sports. So this season, don't just see the game, be the game with HD TV from Comcast. Call 1-800-COMCAST today.
You're listening to Sacramento River Cats baseball on KTKZ News Talk 1380 AM. River Cats baseball is brought to you in part by Jackson Rancheria Casino Hotel and Conference Center, where friendship is the largest jackpot. The Roseville Auto Mall, 16 dealers, 21 brands, 1 location. We know what drives you. And by U.S. Bank. 5-star service guaranteed. How many stars does your bank have?
All right, we go to the top of the 5th. The River Cats leading 9-6. Here is Espy. As the first pitch is taken low, it's 1-0. Nate is 1 for 2. He struck out swinging in the second, doubled and scored in the third. Espy at 283 on the season. Jeff Haberlow with his 3rd inning of work. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That misses low and inside, 2-0. These are 30 and 14 here at Franklin Covey Field, 22 and 22 on the road. That's interesting. The River Cats have actually played better on the road this year. It's a 2-0 pitch to Espy, misses very high, 3-0. Haverlow's already walked 3. There have been 9 walks in this game overall. Here's that 3-0 pitch. That's taken for strike 3-1. Now the Bees have a chance to get in their 1,000th franchise win this year. The 3-1 pitch swung on and chopped foul outside third. They need 43 wins to do it. Actually, that would be a tall order, wouldn't it? 54 games to go. Yeah, so 43. And looks like it's going to happen next year. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That's swung on and bounced onto the third baseman. Waiting in the second off is Elwood. The long throw to first, just in time to get Espigana by about a half a step. No, one down in the fifth, and that'll bring up D'Angelo Jimenez, the second baseman. Detroit and Seattle tied at 1 in the second. Raul Ibanez is at his 20th of the year for the Mariners. Jimenez, 1 for 1, singled and scored in the second, walked and scored in the third. As the pitch misses low, it's 1-0. River Cats with a 9-6 lead here in the fifth. Haverlow, the slow windup in the 1-0 pitch. That's taken inside, 2-0. Here's the 2-0. That's swung on a chop foul outside first past Jeremy Brown. It's 2-1. After the 4-game set against the Salt Lake Bees at Raley Field between the 13th and 16th of July, Rivercats led Colorado Springs for 4, and then as Jimenez lifts one to left field playable, drifting back his pride. Curtis under it, waiting for it, makes the catch, backpedaling on the warning track. Wow, ball really carried. But there are 2 away in the fifth. That'll bring Milton Bradley, the designated hitter. After that 4-game set in Colorado Springs, Rivercats will host Colorado Springs for 4, beginning on the 21st of July through the 24th. Then it's on to Albuquerque and Round Rock. But Rivercats will be home for most of August. Bradley 3 for 3 with a homer and 2 singles. He's driven in 4 runs. As the pitch misses low, and it's 1-0. So the Bees have not been able to get Milton Bradley out so far tonight. Batting from the left side, the 1-0 pitch. That's taken a little high, 2-0. Chad Godin has replaced Joe Blanton for the A's as the pitch taken low. Now 3-0 on Milton. This is the best time of night here at with this view, the scenic view of the Wasatch Mountains. You can see the glow off those mountains from the sun. 3-0 pitch, bounce down to the second baseman. Scooping it up is Smith. Casey over to first in time. Bradley hustling down the line. And the inning is over. 1-2-3 fifth for the Haverlow, for the right-hander Haverlow, I should say. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left to do 4.5. Sacramento 9, Salt Lake 6. Back with the bottom of the fifth after this on News Talk 1380 KTKZ and the Rivercats Radio Network.
For 60 years, you've included Best Western in your family summer vacation. To say thanks, the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada are offering you a limited edition $50 Best Western travel card and up to 20% off your stays with our baseball fan rate. Experience the best summer ever with the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Because when you stay any 6 nights with us through August 19th, you'll receive a $50 travel card to use toward a future Best Western stay anywhere in the world and save up to 20% off with our baseball fan rates. Visit us today at bestwesternbaseball.com or call 866-743-8738 and book the baseball fan rates.
Termites can be one of the most daunting offensive units your home will ever face. Average termite control products cannot stop them. They can only hope to contain them. But Termidor is the #1 termite defense in America. It starts working right away to completely shut out the most fearsome termite offenses in 3 months or less. Defend your home with Termidor today. Termidor Termite Defense is available from Clark Pest Control. Dial 1-800-WE-NEED-YOU or visit Clark online at clarkpest.com. Thanks, Clark. We needed you.
We have all heard the stories of the great fires that struck the cities of Baltimore, Chicago, and San Francisco. Many lives were lost and millions of dollars of property destroyed. Back then, fire protection systems did not exist. With the advent of fire sprinkler systems came the skilled professionals who install them. Union Sprinkler Fitters are highly trained professionals who are proud to protect your home, schools, workplace, and property. Since 1915, Union Sprinkler Fitters have been making your life more livable by helping to make you, your family, and coworkers safe. This message is brought to you by Road Sprinkler Fitters Local Union 669, serving the greater Sacramento area with pride and distinction.
Hi, this is Adam Malhughes. Tune in all season long to River Cats Baseball with Johnny Doskow on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
We go to the bottom of the fifth. It's a 9-6 River Cat lead as Ben Fritz will face Mathis, Espedo, and Pakovich. Mathis at 291 as Fritz to the plate. The pitch, fastball, swung on a miss, 0-1. Fritz has worked back-to-back scoreless innings after the Bees scored 2 in the first and 4 in the second against him. 0-1 pitch taken for a strike on the outside edge, 0-2. Fritz staring over that glove. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's taken a little bit low, an off-speed pitch now, 1-2. Here's a 1-2. That's taken outside. It just missed 2-2. Fritz's last win came against Tacoma on the 17th of June. Although he pitched well enough to win in his last start. 2-2 pitch. That misses low and outside. Now 3-2. Command has been an issue so far as he has walked more than he has struck out. 25-year-old right-hander has had some good moments in AAA. There's the 3-2 pitch. That's foul back. Fifth inning has been a good inning for Fritz. His ERA 2.25 this inning. Here's a 3-2 pitch. That's swung on a miss on a fastball. Down he goes. So Ben picks up his second strikeout, one away. Jason Espedo, the right fielder. And the first pitch, big swing and a miss from Espedo. It's 0-1. 9 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the River Cats. 6 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Bees. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Oh, that's behind him. That went behind him. It just did graze the back of his uniform top. That one just got away from Fritz. And Espedo hit with a pitch. And here's Adam Pakovich, the shortstop. Pakovich walked and scored in the second. Flied out to the left fielder, Beatty, in the third. Ben Fritz at the belt. And the pitch. That swung on and popped up by Pakovich. Shallow center field going out. Jimenez coming in. Boca Chica. It'll be Boca Chica to make the catch in shallow center field. And there are 2 away. Now 2 down. Pakovich pops up to shallow center. And the catcher, Corey Myers. Mark your calendars for Sunday, July the 23rd. It's the Susan G. Komen 3rd Annual Swing for the Cure event at Raley Field. The Cats will have new white and pink jerseys for you to bid on throughout the game. Net proceeds going to the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Fund. There's the pitch, which is low. It's 1-0. Swing for the Cure. Brought to you once again by our friends at Chevron. For more information or purchase tickets, visit the Raley Field box office. There's a pitch. It's taken for a strike, 1-1. So 1-1 on Corey Myers. River Cats 2 in the first, 4 in the second, 3 in the third. The Bees with 2 in the first, 4 in the second. 1-1 pitch. That's foul back, 1-2.
For Pittsburgh repair, call Admiral Otherflying Flights at 1-888 USA.
So 1-2 on Myers in the sixth. It'll be Clark, Boca Chica, and McLean 2, 3, and 4. Here's the pitch. That's a fastball swung on and missed. Down he goes. He blew him down. So Fritz with his third strikeout. No runs, no hits. A hit batsman, one left. We're through 5. It's the River Cats 9 and the Bees 6. We'll have the top of the 6th after this on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
How do they make the Heineken cake can? Theory number 51. They cloned a smaller version of a cake.
Hey, Doc, you did another sheep.
I know! I'm knocking on it! Theory number 15. They put a full-sized cake in ice water, hoping it would shrivel.
Did it shrivel?
Yeah.
Look. I meant the cake. Oh, cute, though.
The one-of-a-kind Heineken cake can. How did they do that? Imported by Heineken USA, White Plains, New York.
Hey, I just found a great way to refinance the remodeling I want to do to my house.
Oh? How's that?
I'm getting an equity loan from the Golden One Credit Union. Their equity loans have a great low rate.
Well, I can see how an equity loan may save you some money, but why use an equity loan for the financing?
Because the interest may be tax deductible. But always consult your tax advisor regarding deductibility of interest.
Yeah, I've been thinking about buying a new car.
Oh.
And if I buy it with money from a Golden One equity loan, I may be able to save money with a low rate and possibly save on taxes.
Right.
It looks like an equity loan from the Golden One is a great way to save money when it's necessary to borrow.
It sure is. Golden One members can use equity loans to make major purchases, consolidate debt, or for things like financing a college education. A Golden One equity loan application is quick and easy to fill out, and you can apply by visiting goldenone.com, any Golden One office, or by calling 1-877-GOLDEN-1.
Anyone who lives or works in the Sacramento area can join the Golden One and experience service with a personal touch. The Golden One is an equal housing lender.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Hi, this is Eric Chavez. Tune in all season long to River Cats Baseball with Johnny Dosco on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
We go to the top of the 6th inning. It's a 9-6 River Cat lead. It'll be Clark, Boca Chica, and McLean to face the right-hander Jeff Haverlow. River Cats with a 3-run lead. Left-hander Mark Watson beginning to loosen up in the bullpen for the River Cats. As the pitch to Clark swung on and bounced down to the first baseman on a couple of hops. Swinging the play on the short operator. He beats Haverlow and he drops the ball. Jeff Haverlow drops the baseball, and that'll be an error charge to the pitcher. Reveille making another nice play. He can pick it over there. And the feed was perfect. So that'll be an error charge to the pitcher. And that'll bring a B-run Boca Chica, the center fielder. That's the 3rd error of the ball game for Salt Lake. So here is Boca Chica. There's a pitch. That swung on and popped up. The second baseman, Smith, drifting out. He's calling for it. He makes the catch in shallow right field, and there is one away. As McLean will step up to the plate with 1 on and 1 out.
Third base, number 44, Scott McLean.
Actually, excuse me. That is not Mark Watson. That is the left-hander Trent Peterson. So Trent Peterson loosening up as the pitch to McLean. Breaking ball swung on and missed 0-1. 9-6 River Cats, top of the 6th. Peterson, left-hander who joined the River Cats from the Stockton Ball Club, as did Michael Mitchell. Right-hander. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Haverlow taking a long time, and finally, tired of waiting, McLean stepped out. Oh, 1 pitch. That's taken a little bit low, 1-1. Runner at first is Clark with 1 out. Haverlow. At the belt, the 1-1 pitch. That's swung on and chopped foul outside third. Charles Thomas will scoop it up as he's shielding Jeremy Brown down there, who's catching Peterson. 1-2 the count. Round Rock leading Nashville 4-1 in the 8th. Meanwhile, Las Vegas leads Tucson 3-1. That game is in the 3rd inning. Colorado Springs 3, Fresno nothing. That game's in the 3rd. Tacoma leading Portland 1-0 in the 2nd. One runner goes. The 1-2 pitch swung on, hit the right center for a base hit. Clark will go to third base, and Navarrete will hold him there, digging for two. McLean, the throw to second base, not in time. Good job by Scott McLean. He gets a leg double. So that'll be a double for Scott as Clark takes third. And for McLean, that is his 19th double of the year. And here's Andrew Beatty, the left fielder. So outstanding base running by Scott McLean as he saw Clark do the same thing in the first inning. So McLean gets a leg double here in the 6th. That's the 10th Rivercat hit. The Angels lead 6-0 now over the A's. That game's at the top of the 7th. Juan Rivera has hit his 11th. The infield comes in with Beatty at the plate. Runners on second and third. Pitch is swung on and fouled away. It's 0-1. 9 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Rivercats. 6 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors for the Bees. Detroit leading Seattle 2-1 in the 3rd. A 1 pitch. That's swung on and smacked into center field for a base hit. Clark will score. McLean around third. Navarrete will wave him home. The throw to the plate not in time. Going down to second base is Beatty, and the Rivercats lead 11-6. So Andrew Beatty with a 2-run single, scoring Clark and McLean, and Beatty moving to second base on the throw, and it's a 5-run lead for the Rivercats. An 11-6 baseball game. And here's Mike Rouse, the shortstop. Andrew Beatty with RBIs 18 and 19 on the year. And here's Rouse, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. Every Rivercat starter has reached base safely at least once. Left-hander Jonathan Rauenhorst loosening up at the bullpen for the Salt Lake Bees. And Harper may make the change. I think he's just stalling right now. The catcher Myers just stalling to give Rauenhorst a little bit more time. Beatty takes his lead from second. As Haverlow from the third base side of the rubber comes set, and the pitch. That's taken low. 1-0. Still 1 out here in the 6th inning. Well, Colorado has made it interesting. They're playing Arizona. Arizona scored 7 in the 9th to make it 8-1, but Colorado's come back with 6 in the 9th to make it 8-7. 1-0 pitch taken a little bit low and away. It's 2-0. Our score here, 11-6 Sacramento. As Beatty takes his lead from second. Haverlow with the belt, the 2-0 pitch. That's taken low, 3-0. And Weaver has allowed 1 hit through 6 innings, walked 2 and struck out 4. Here's the pitch. That's taken for a strike on the outside corner. It's 3-1 on Rouse. $11 runs, 11 hits, and no errors for the Rivercats. 6 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors for the Bees. There's a 3-1 pitch. That's taken low, ball 4. So Rouse walks, and I'm sure that will be all for the right-hander. Here comes Harper. So Haverlow actually didn't pitch all that badly since the 3rd inning, where the scoreless 4th and 5th got in trouble by his own fault, really, with that error on the feed from Remele. But we'll take a break. With 2 on and 1 out, the Rivercats lead 11-6 in the 6th. More after this.
Girl, I'm no liar. I go to mycoachrewards.com for all your heart's desires. Girl, I'll put you in a fine dress from Blue Flag, a Six Flags roller coaster ride, even a Hilton sweet beach side. And with every 2-liter, 20-ounce of fridge pack, I'm gonna save up for the things that you lack. So baby, I'm singing this song for you to tell you about my love. MyCoachRewards.com.
Residency and other restrictions apply. Enter code 5123106 or visit www.mycoachrewards.com for details.
I'm looking for a low interest rate on a home equity loan.
How does 18.9% sound?
Can you go any lower?
How does 18.9% sound?
Other banks talk low rates, but only U.S. Bank has low rates with 5-star service guaranteed. Flexible home equity loans, fast decisions, and low rates. U.S. Bank, 5-star service guaranteed. How many stars does your bank have? U.S. Bank, equal housing lender.
KTKZ Sacramento, where your opinion counts. A service of Salem Communications. KTKZ News Talk.
Interested in an extra $100,000? Then all you have to do to enter to win is take a test drive at the Roseville Auto Mall before they sell their 500,000th car. 16 dealers, 21 brands, and a proud sponsor of the Sacramento River Cat. Eureka Road off I-80 right on Sunrise.
We know what drives you. Roseville Auto Mall.
Home of the $100,000 giveaway. Vehicle test drive required with a valid California driver's license, but no purchase necessary to enter or win. See dealer for details.
You're listening to Sacramento River Cats Baseball on KTKZ News Talk 1380 AM. River Cats Baseball is brought to you in part by Merlino's Freeze. Baseball and Merlino's Freeze. Your ticket to a cool season. The Golden One, California's leading credit union. And by Best Western, the world's largest hotel chain.
All right, Jonathan Rauenhorst takes over here for the Salt Lake Bees. So Rauenhorst 3-4. The left-hander's ERA is 4.43. His 35th appearance. Does have a save, 44 and 2/3 innings, 45 hits. He's walked 20 and struck out 31. Opponents hitting .265 against him. So lefty versus lefty. Here's Baker with first and second and one out. 11-6 River Cats in the sixth. Rouse at first, Beatty at second. Rauenhorst checks second in the pitch. That's taken low, ball 1-0. Don't miss the Sacramento Bee pregame autograph session every Thursday and Sunday throughout this year. Autographs will take place for 30 minutes when the gates open at the Sac Bee kiosk located next to the on-deck shop. Rauenhorst to the belt. He checks second on the 1-0 pitch. And this is low and away, 2-0. River Cats led 2-0. It was 2-2. They led 4-2. But it's 6-2 with a 4-run second. Bees tied it up with 4 in the second of their own to make it 6-6. River Cats with 3 in the third to make it 9-6. Now 2 in the sixth to make it 11-6. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That is just low and away, 3-0. So now in danger, loading the bases for Espy. Rauenhorst, 4 appearances against the River Cats. The pitch taken low, ball 4. He lost him, and the bases are loaded now for Nate Espy with 1 out. Espy, the 7th man, about here in the sixth. Rauenhorst, no record here. We have 3.60 against the River Cats. Two walks and 4 strikeouts in 5 innings of work. River Cats hitting .350 against him. So here's Espy with the bases loaded. And 1 out as Rauenhorst to the plate in the pitch. Fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. Espy hitting .280 against left-handed pitching this year. Driven in 4 runs. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That breaking ball in the dirt. It gets away from the catcher Myers, but not far enough. It's 1-1. Espy hitting .241 against Salt Lake pitching this year. 7 for 29. Bases loaded, 1 out. 1-1 the count. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That swing and a bouncer back to the pitcher. Might be to Browenhorst to the plate for one on the first double play. The 1-2-3 inning-ending double play. And the River Cats do add a couple of runs. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, an error, and 1 man left. We are through 5 1/2. Sacramento 11 and the Salt Lake Bees 6. We're at the bottom of the 6th after this on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
I'm here on the street where all the neighborhood grills are gathering. There seems to be a strike of some sort. Here comes a grill now. Sir, your name, please.
Weber.
What's your beef?
We're tired of grilling low-grade meat. It tastes bad, and we get blamed for it.
What are your demands?
Roseville meat. 60 different marinated meats, tri-tip, chicken breast, even exotic meats.
USDA Prime.
You heard it here. Roseville Meats, 700 Atlantic Street, just a mile off I-80 in Roseville.
Hey, Coach Phil here for Monterey Bay Canners. When you're looking for a quick bite to eat before a River Cats game or a night out on the town, start your evening at Monterey Bay Canners. Happy hours daily from 4 to 7, and they even put another hour on there for you from 9 to 10. Great selection of appetizer eats and some excellent prices. Stop in at Monterey Bay Canners for dinner and enjoy 9 different types of fresh fish. Monterey Bay Canners, off I-5 at the Richards Boulevard exit on Burkett Drive. Monterey Bay Canners. If their fish were any fresher, they'd still be swimming.
How do they make the Heineken cake can? Theory number 8. They humiliated a full-sized keg and made it feel small.
You're pathetic. You're weak. You disgust me. You are nothing. Look at that waistline. You're just a big, fat, porky keg. Take this. Oh, there goes the big toe.
The one-of-a-kind Heineken cake can. How did they do that? Imported by Heineken USA, White Plains, New York.
Hi, this is Bobby Crosby. Tune in all season long to River Cats Baseball with Johnny D on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
All right, Trent Peterson takes over here for the River Cats. So Peterson is making his first River Cat appearance, the left-hander. Well faced. Here in the 6th, numbers 9, 1, and 2, it'll be Remole, Willis, and Smith. Ben Fritz can win it or have nothing to do with it, trying to win his second game in 5 decisions. As Fritz ended up going 5 innings, allowing 6 hits, 6 runs all earned, ended up walking 5, and he struck out 3. So here is Peterson. Let's look at Trent. So lefty versus lefty as he'll face Cliff Remole. Left-hander looks in. 11-6 Sacramento. Here's the pitch. That first pitch misses high and inside. It's 1-0. John Trent Peterson, born and raised, still lives in Tallahassee, Florida. 5th round pick of the June 2003 draft. 1-0 on Remole. As the 1-0 pitch taken for a strike, it's 1-1. Last year at Kane County was 3-3 and earned an average of 3.13. He had 16 appearances and 8 starts. 1-1 pitch. That swung on and popped up. Going out is Rouse, the shortstop, calling forward in shallow center field, makes the catch, and there is 1 away. So 1 down in the 6th. Over to the center fielder, Reggie Willis. Peterson, 24 years old. His first year in 2003 was 3-4 in Vancouver. He's had 14 appearances and 9 starts. So he's been a starter pretty much his time in the A's system. Here's left-hander's pitch. That misses outside. Ball 1, 1-0. One and 0 the count. 11-6 River Cats, bottom of the 6th inning. There's Peterson's pitch. That's taken on the outside edge for a strike and a changeup. It's 1-1. They're through 7. It's the Angels 6 and the A's nothing. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Breaking. There's a bunt toward the pitcher, fielded by Peterson. He'll throw to first in time, and there are 2 away. So 1-3 on the put out, 2 down. That'll bring up Casey Smith, the second baseman.
Casey Smith.
There's Casey Smith, who is 1 for 3. Flied out of the first, singled and scored in the second, popped up to the first baseman Espy in the 4th. Peterson at the plate and the pitch. That's taken outside. Ball 1-0. 11 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Rivercats. 6 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors for the Bees. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday. As the 1-0 pitch, change up, swung on a miss, good pitch. As Smith was well out in front of that one, it's 1-1. Casey 272 on the year. And Peterson showed a good change up there. His uniform top pretty baggy as the 1-1 pitch that swung on and lifted to right field, playable. Doug Clark in his tracks waiting for it and makes the catch, and the inning is over. A 1-2-3-6 for Peterson. That started his first AAA appearance. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We're through 6. It's Sacramento 11 and Salt Lake 6. Back on the top of the 7th after this on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
Hey, Claire Watkins. Listen, there's a lot going on this summer. Still got to find one last summer day camp, pick up some of those noodle floaty things for the pool, and all the summer blockbusters are coming out now because it's, well, summer. And the new AT&T has lots of ways to help you stay on top of it all. Like AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month for 12 months. You can find a great camp, buy movie tickets online, and maybe find out the name of those noodle things. Switch from your old cable company to the new AT&T and get 3 months of high-speed internet free. Go online and choose the speed that works for you. So that's Claire's World. For everybody who's not Claire, whatever you want for your world, we can deliver it. Just visit att.com. Oh, and Claire, those noodle thingies, they're called noodles. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Tax delivery charges in the SUSF cost recovery fee extra. High-speed internet bill credit applied after 3 months paid service. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com/shopper details. Not available in all areas.
Hey fans, the Rivercats and Rayleigh Field are selling a brand new hot dog and gourmet sausage. Alpine Meats, the winner of over 18 other companies in that great taste shootout of '93, is now the proud supplier to the Rivercats. Alpine products are made in small batches with select meats and premium spices, then slowly smoked with hickory. Alpine Meats, the choice of sports fans at more sports facilities in Northern California than any other company. You'll savor the flavor of Alpine Meats. After all, anything else is just a weenie. Ask your butcher. Alpine Meats, satisfying taste buds since 1936.
Hi, this is Derek Barton, and you're listening to Rivercats Baseball with Johnny Dosco on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
All right, we go to the top of the 7th with the Rivercats leading it 11-6. Going to be Jimenez, Bradley, and Clark. The left-hander Rauenhorst. The pitch to Jimenez is swung on and lined foul down the right field line in amongst the crowd, and it is 0-1. Rauenhorst able to get that 1-2-3 double play ball on Espy after walking Baker. Jimenez turned around the bat from the right side as the 0-1 pitch from Jonathan. This is outside 1-1. Trent Peterson was 2-5, 4.17 ERA with Stockton. Out of the bullpen this year for just about all of his appearances. Pitch is swung on and bounced through the hole and through for the base hit for Jimenez. Yeah, he bounced it between Elward and Pakovich, and Jimenez has his second hit of the night. And that'll bring a Milton Bradley, the designated hitter.
Number 36, Milton Bradley.
So here is Bradley, who is 3 for 4. Homered in the first, singled in the second, singled in the third, bounced out in the fifth. As Rauenhorst to the plate, the pitch taken for a strike, 0-1. Bradley with 4 RBIs tonight. Rauenhorst from the third base side of the rubber looks in, he comes set. And the 0-1 pitch. That's taken low, ball 1-1. Bradley, a switch hitter, batting right-handed. There's the 1-1 pitch. That's in the dirt, and it's now 2-1. Don't forget tomorrow, 1 o'clock start. It will be the left-hander Randy Keister for the Rivercats against right-hander Dustin Mosley. There's a 2-1 pitch. That's taken outside, a little high. Ball 3-1. Bradley, a .270 lifetime hitter with the big leagues. For the Dodgers 2 years ago, 19 homers, 67 RBIs. He had 267 in 141 ball games. 3-1 pitch, swung on a fly ball to left field, hit well. Going back his stride near the wall, looks up, and it is gone. A 2-run homer for Bradley, and the Rivercats lead 13-6. Now, what a night for Milt Bradley. His second home run of the game, and he now has 6 RBIs on the night. And he just pounced on that pitch from Rauenhorst. Oh, is he having a night? I'll say Milt Bradley is ready to go back to Oakland. And fist bumps all over the place and high fives for the A's outfielder Milt Bradley. 13-6 Sacramento. And here's Doug Clark. A 7-run lead for the Rivercats. Their biggest lead of the ball game is the pitch taken for a strike on Clark. It's 0-1. So Bradley with 6 RBIs on the night, 2 home runs, 2 singles. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball. This is low and away. It's 1-1. 13 runs, 13 hits, and no errors for the Rivercats. 6 runs, 6 hits, and 3 errors for Salt Lake. As Rauenhorst to the plate, the 1-1 pitch. That's hit foul down the left field line. Out of play. It's 1-2. Rivercats 2 in the first, 4 in the second, 3 in the third, 2 in the sixth, and 2 here in the seventh. There's a 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. He checks his swing. Did he go? No swing, says the third base umpire, who is Todd Ditchner. And it's 2-2 on Clark. Last time the Rivercats scored 13 runs or more in a ball game. As the pitch is bounced down to the shortstop on 3 hops, up with it is Pakovich. He throws to first in time, and there is 1 away. So 1 down at the 7th. That'll make a B-run. Boca Chica, the center fielder. The last time it happened was on the 26th of May against Portland, when they scored 19 runs. They went 19-8. But this is the second best run output the Rivercats have had this year. As the pitch to Boca Chica, this is low, and it's 1-0. 13-6 Sacramento in the 7th. Boca Chica 1 for 4 with a 2-run double. The pitch taken low, 2-0. Caltrans Storm Water Program reminds you that littering can carry a $1,000 fine. Don't trash California. Rivercats looking to get back to 500 to go 45-45. The 2-0 pitch. That's taken outside, 3-0. There's a 3-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike. 3-1 on Boca Chica. There's a 3-1 pitch. That's fouled away. First base side out of play. Now 3-2. Pitch. That's taken. Strike 3 called on the inside edge. Boca Chica was on his way to first base. So Rauenhorst strikes out Boca Chica, 2 down. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Scott McLean.
Number 44, Scott McLean.
So here's McLean, who is 1 for 4. Reached on Elward Air in the first, bounced out to the shortstop Pakovich in the second, flied out to Willits in center field in the fourth, doubled and scored in the sixth. Here's the pitch, that swung on and popped up, foul territory, first base side. Remley giving chase, he'll run out of room. And it's 0-1. Jonathan Rauenhorst played Little League Baseball against, and now Boca Chica coming back to say something to the home plate umpire, and now Juan Neveretti getting between them. And Boca Chica's hot. Boca Chica's hot. Still talking to the home plate umpire, who is Jake Uhlenhoff. sure if Boca got tossed out of the ballgame. I didn't see the signal from the umpire, but Boca Chica is mad, and Navarrete standing between them. And now Boca Chica will walk back to the River Cat dugout. So Boca Chica going back into the dugout. I'm not sure if he got tossed out or not. I didn't see any signal from the home plate umpire. Navarrete handled that well. And now the third base umpire, who is Todd Pitchner, saying something to Scott McLean as he's walking. I think Boca might have got kicked out of this ball game. There's a holdup now. Yeah, I guess he did. Boca Chica tossed out of this ball game. I didn't see the signal from the home plate umpire. It looks like they're waiting for Boca Chica to go back into the clubhouse. Well, yeah, Boca Chica has been tossed. And Charles Thomas will replace him in center field. Not sure what the holdup is. Now, here we go. Scott McLean now will go back into the right side of the batter's box. I didn't see the signal. I didn't see him get tossed, but obviously he has with the holdup here. And the umpire bringing out the pen and paper. 0-1 the count of McLean. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball taken low. It's 1-1. 13-6 Sacramento here in the seventh. As Rauenhorst, the deep breath now out of a windup on the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, chopped foul outside third. Navarrete will scoop it up and flip it to the crowd. Navarrete in the Mexican Baseball Hall of Fame. Great career. 1-2 the count on McLean. There's a 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on line, drive, foul down the left field line. Count remains at 1-2. McLean on pace for about 25 home runs this year and about 85 RBIs. 1-2 the count. Outfield straight away is Jonathan Rauenhorst to the plate, the 1-2 pitch. That should foul the right side. Look out. Second level of seats and bounce on the first level. We're at the top of the seventh inning with 2 outs. It's a 13-6 River Cat lead. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's taken a little bit low. It's now 2-2. It's missed by a whole lot. There's the 2-2 pitch from Rauenhorst. That misses outside of the fastball, 3-2. There's a 3-2 pitch. That's a busted back roller down to the third baseman. Scooping it up is Elward. He plants, throws to first, and gets him, and the inning is over. 5-3 on the put out. The River Cats do get 2 runs on the Milton Bradley homer. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. Number 11 do 6.5. Sacramento 13, Salt Lake 6. Back with the bottom of the 7th after this on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
When folks think about sprinklers, they might think of hot Sacramento summer days and happy children running through spraying water to keep cool. While that is a sprinkler, I'm speaking of the sprinklers that help make your life more livable by protecting your property and lives. The many proud, skilled members of Road Sprinkler Fitters Local Union 669 protect your life and your personal property. Since 1915, the Sprinkler Fitters Union has been planning and installing sprinkler systems throughout Sacramento, protecting your home, schools, workplace, and property. For more information, visit sprinklerfitters669.org.
This just in, some gasoline brands you think of as being premium aren't so premium after all. Because while Chevron with Techron was the first gasoline designated top-tier gasoline by BMW, GM, Honda, and Toyota, some of our big-name competitors still don't qualify. So stop by Chevron, where premium isn't just another way of saying close but not quite Techron. Chevron, And you can pay for your gas and other purchases with your Chevron credit card.
Did you know that Lou Gehrig's baseball career included 493 home runs before ALS struck him out? Hit your own home run against Lou Gehrig's disease by raising money to support patient services and ongoing research to find a cure at the 6th Annual Walk to Defeat ALS. The walk will be held Saturday, October 7th at the Elk Grove Regional Park during the Harvest Festival. Help the Sacramento River Cats throw Lou Gehrig's disease a curveball. For ticket information, visit alssac.org. The Sacramento River Cats are once again a proud sponsor of the ALS Association Greater Sacramento Chapter.
You're listening to Sacramento River Cats Baseball on KTKZ News Talk 1380 AM. River Cats Baseball is brought to you in part by the Noble Way Pest Control. Don't let bugs and rodents drive you away. Call the Knights of the Noble Way. Road Sprinkler Fitters Local Union 669, providing quality fire protection installers since 1915. And by Waste Management. From everyday collection to environmental protection, look to Waste Management.
All right, bottom of the 7th we go as the first pitch from Trent Peterson misses inside to Curtis Pride. It's 1-0. 13-6 River Cats. Peterson with the single-A Stockton Club this year, 2-5 in the area, 4.17. He had 23 appearances, 3 starts. Pitch misses inside. It's 2-0. Peterson 22 walks, 41 strikeouts in his 54 innings of work with Stockton. There's a 2-0 pitch, misses low and away. It's 3-0. Bottom of the 7th, the River Cats have a 7-run lead. 3-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike, 3-1. They're in the bottom of the 8th now, still 6-0. The Angels lead it. The 3-1 pitch swung on and foul, tipped it on play 3-2. Brendan Donnelly has come in to replace Jared Weaver. Weaver 7 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks. He struck out 5. Another outstanding outing for Jared Weaver, looking for his 6th win in the big leagues with as many decisions. 3-2 the count on Pride as Peterson to the plate. The 3-2 pitch swung a little chopper on the right side. It'll be fielded by Espy. He will feed Peterson covering and throws it away. It's backed up by Baker over there. Nice job by John backing it up. Let's see how they score it. It was not an easy play by any means for Espy as he moved to his right. They should score that a hit. And no ruling yet. So Curtis Pride with an infield single. Here's Mike Elward, the third baseman. Elward is 0 for 3. Has flied out twice and bounced out. That's the 7th hit for Salt Lake on the night. Blanton 5 2/3 innings, 9 hits and 5 earned runs. Here's the pitch. That's taken low, 1-0. Elward at 304 on the year. Bottom of the 7th, 13-6 Sacramento. There's a pitch, change up, bounced down to the third baseman. Up with it is McLean. The long throw to first in time to get him, and there is one away as Pride takes second. McLean Dewey only one play. Doug Clark moves over to center field. Jason Perry takes over in right. Perry will take Boca Chica's spot after Boca Chica tossed out of the ball game. He said something about the dugout and was tossed. So Perry will be in the 3 slot, and Clark moves over to center field. Here is Jeff Mathis, who is 0 for 3. Mathis bounced out twice, struck out. Peterson checks second. And Trent's pitch. That's swung on and lifted foul at the first base side out of play. That will land at the second level. 0-1 to count. Navarrete trying to win his second game out of 3. His 4-game managerial stint here in Sacramento, replacing Tony DeFrancesco on his vacation. 0-1 the count on Mathis. Mathis, the DH tonight, is hitting .290. Oh, 1 pitch. Off speed, foul, tipped, and on plate 0-2. Bill Espy at first, Jimenez at second, Rouse at short, and McLean at third, with Perry in right, Clark in center, Beatty in left. Baker doing the catching in the left-hander. Trent Peterson on the hill, the 0-2 pitch. Change up, bouncing the whole left side and through for a base hit. Rounding third is Pride. They're going to wave him home. Here comes the throw for Beatty to play. No, he's coming to second base. He came up throwing and decided against it. As Pride scores, it's now 13-7, Sacramento. So Mathis with the RBI single. Good move by Beatty. If he throws home, unless it's cut off by McLean, Mathis goes to second with this big lead. Why chance it? There's Jason Espedo, the right fielder. So it's now a 6-run lead for the River Cats. And here is Jason Espedo. Lefty versus lefty. Espedo is 0 for 1 with a walk, and he was hit by a pitch. Hitting .232 for Salt Lake as the pitch. That's taken for a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. One pitch. That's taken for a strike. Off speed pitch 0-2. So quickly 0-2 on Jason Espedo. There's the 0-2 pitch. That's taken outside 1-2. Roseville Auto Mall, 16 dealers, 21 brands, home of the $100,000 giveaway. Take a test drive. You're entered to win $100,000 when they sell their 500,000th car. There's the pitch. That's hit foul on the left side. Eureka Road off I-80, go right on Sunrise. That's the Roseville Auto Mall. The Tucson Sidewinders are tied with Vegas 4-4 in the fifth. Carlos Quentin has hit his 8th home run of the year for Tucson. Tucson was trailing 4-1 in that game. Peterson to the plate, the 2-2 pitch. That misses inside. It's 3-2. The last thing Peterson wants to do with the 6-run lead is walk anybody. 3-2 on Jason Espedo. 3-2 pitch. That swung on line drive down the right field line, base hit. Playing it off the wall is Jason Perry. Rounding third base is Mathis. He'll come in and score. Digging for 3, Espedo. The throw to third base on one hop is not in time. It's a triple, and it's 13-8. So it's a 13-8 baseball game. And here's Adam Pakovich, the shortstop. And the River Cats will get somebody up. That's the 9th hit for the Bees. Espedo with a triple. That is his first triple in AAA. And here's Pakovich, 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. The lead is down to 5. Sean Cohn, the right-hander, beginning to loosen up at the bullpen for Sacramento. Here's Pakovich. As Peterson to the plate, Trent's pitch, a changeup for a strike, 0-1. Colorado Springs leading Fresno 6-0 in the fourth. River Cats will see Colorado Springs coming up a week from Monday. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That swung on line, drive, base hit right field. Into scores Espedo on a single from Pakovich. It's now 13-9. So Pakovich with his 28th RBI, and Rick Rodriguez will talk to Trent Peterson. 13 runs, 13 hits, and no errors for the River Cats. 9 runs, 10 hits, and 3 errors for Salt Lake. What a wild ball game. 22 runs, 23 hits, 3 errors. And a little bit of everything in this ball game. So Peterson, after working the perfect 6th, that's trouble here in the 7th inning, and Myers will be the 6th man of that here in the 7th. Still just 1 out. And home plate umpire Jake Uhlenhoff will break things up at the mound. The Salt Lake Bees, the last time they gave up double digits in runs, they beat Fresno 14-12. They actually had a 14-6 lead, but Fresno made a little run at the end. They ended up winning the ball game 14-12. Here is Corey Myers, who is 1 for 3. Rivercats with a 4-run lead here in the 7th inning. And at this ballpark, that's not a very big lead. As Peterson to the plate in the pitch. Change up, this is low and inside, it's 1-0. Here's the pitch. That misses inside, 2-0. Peterson out of Florida State University. The count. Left-hander looks over at first in the pitch. That swung on and popped up. Foul territory, first base side. Nate Espy looking at that night sky waiting for it. He makes the catch by the Salt Lake dugout, and they're 2 away. That's a big out. So 3 up if you're scoring with us. 2 down. Here's Cliff Remillé, the first baseman. It looks like we're going to hit. Looks like Blakely's going to hit for Remillé here in this 7th inning. So Darren Blakely will be the pinch hitter here in the 7th inning. Well, the A's have scored 3 runs in the 8th. It's now 6-3 Angels.
Batting for Remillé, number 18, Darren Blakely.
There's Blakely hitting 400. Increased time with the Peas. Blakely 4 for 10. He had 2 hits and 3 at-bats in the ball game last night. Left-hander comes set. Now the pitch to Blakely. Breaking ball, line, foul. Look out. Left side. It almost smoked somebody. They were not paying attention. 0-1 the count on Blakely. Rivercats with a 13-9 lead here in the 7th. Hunter takes the lead. The pitch misses outside. It's 1-1. Blakely is the 7th man about here in the 7th. 1-1 pitch. That's chopped foul outside third toward Brian Harper. It's now 1-2. So 1-2 the count on Blakely. Blakely, a switch hitter, batting from the right side. John Cone looking on from the Rivercat bullpen now. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Change up, bounce foul outside third. Well, are you excited about your career? Do you just have a job? You know, it's electrical home technicians looking to hire. Call it a 916-660-1688. 660-1688. In the 8th inning for the Rivercats, it will be Beatty, Rouse, and Baker. Here's the pitch swung on and foul down the left field line. So the A's trying to come back in that ball game, and they scored another run. They scored 4 in the 8th. It's now 6-4. There's the pitch fouled straight back. And the count remains at 1-2 on Blakely. Pakovich from first. Here's the pitch. That swung on line, drive, foul down the left field line. So he's fouling off pitch after pitch down that left field line. Count remains at 1-2. Tomorrow will be the final game of the 3-game set, final game of the road trip. Rivercats, they can win this game. They'll be 4-1 on the trip. Peterson looks over at first. And the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, foul back. Just want to go at the second level. Count remains at 1-2. Left-hander Peterson from the first base side of the rubber looks in with a 1-2 pitch. That fastball misses low and inside, now 2-2. Pitch. Change-up, swung on and banged to the right center for a base hit. Over to cut it off is Clark. Into third base goes Pakovich as Clark fires it into double for Blakely. Is he able to leg that into a double? Blakely a pinch hit double, moving Pakovich to third, and I think that's going to be all for Peterson. Navarrete on the top step. Cone is ready. It's 13-9. They get the signal that Sean is ready. And now, it looks like Navarrete is going to stick with Peterson against Willits here. And if Willits is aboard, he'll go with Smith. So 13-9 the score. They trail by 4 now. And with Blakely with the double, moving Pakovich to third. They have second and third with 2 outs. And here is Willits. Cone not throwing now. They shut him down. He's just looking on from the bullpen mound. Bees now have 11. It's great at bat for Blakely. As Peterson comes set and the pitch. That's taken a little high. Ball 1-1-0. Willits down even the right shot. A switch hitter. So the Bees have made this game interesting. It's a 13-9 ball game, and a base hit could make it 13-11. And Baker going out there to chat with Peterson. Willits is the 8th man to bat here in the 7th. He is 1 for 2. He singled and scored in the first, walked in the second, walked in the fourth, and a comebacker in the 6th. Left-hander at the belt, the 1-0 pitch. That misses very high, 2-0. Hey, Blakely fouled off 6 pitches before he doubled. Blakely at second, Pakovich at third. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Change-up, swung on and popped up. Espy in foul territory makes the catch, and the inning is over. But the Bees get 3 runs in the inning on 5 hits, no errors, 2 left. We are through 7 complete. It's the Rivercats 13, the Bees 9, top of the 8th after this on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
I'm here on the street where all the neighborhood grills are gathering. There seems to be a strike of some sort. Here comes a grill now. Sir, your name, please.
Weber.
What's your beef?
We're tired of grilling low-grade meat. It tastes bad, and we get blamed for it.
What are your demands?
Roseville meat. 60 different marinated meats, tri-tip, chicken breast, even exotic meats.
File 4! USDA Prime.
You heard it here. Roseville Meats, 700 Atlantic Street, just a mile off I-80 in Roseville.
Termites can be one of the most daunting, offensive units your home will ever face. Average termite control products cannot stop them. They can only hope to contain them. But Termidor is the #1 termite defense in America. It starts working right away to completely shut out the most fearsome termite offenses in 3 months or less. Defend your home with Termidor today. Termidor Termite Defense is available from Clark Pest Control. Dial 1-800-WE-NEED-YOU or visit Clark online at clarkpest.com. Thanks, Clark. We needed you.
The year was 1956, and Sacramento was booming. SMUD had been operating for a decade, and during that time, the population and the number of customers nearly doubled. Electric usage jumped 77%. In spite of this, SMUD cut electric rates 3 times. For 60 years, SMUD has delivered on the promise of public power, low rates, reliable power, and a variety of programs. Call SMUD for information on free shade trees and greenergy at 1-888-742-SMUD. SMUD, the power to do more since 1946.
Did you know that Lou Gehrig's baseball career included 493 home runs before ALS struck him out? Hit your own home run against Lou Gehrig's disease by raising money to support patient services and ongoing research to find a cure at the 6th Annual Walk to Defeat ALS. The walk will be held Saturday, October 7th at the Elk Grove Regional Park during the Harvest Festival. Help the Sacramento River Cats throw Lou Gehrig's disease a curveball. For ticket information, visit alssac.org. The Sacramento River Cats are once again a proud sponsor of the ALS Association Greater Sacramento Chapter.
Hi, this is Jay Payton, and you're listening to River Cats Baseball with Johnny Dobsko on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
Beatty the hitter as he takes strike two. It's 0-2. It'll be Beatty, followed by Rouse and Baker, 13-9 River Cats as we go to the top of the eighth. A wild one here at Franklin Covey. As the 0-2 pitch to Beatty. Rowenhorst delivers the fastball that misses outside. It's 1-2. And in the ninth inning in Oakland, still 6-4 Angels. Kiko Calero in there for the A's. There's the 1-2 pitch. That's swung on and popped up foul territory, first base side. Getting chase is the new first baseman, which I believe is Blakely, and it's out to play. And count remains are 1-2. Yeah, Blakely takes over. So it looks like they moved Curtis Pride to first base. Yeah, Pride is now at first base. Blakely is in left field. There's a 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Down he goes. So Beatty strikes out. He was 2 for 4. Now 2 for 5. Delivering on Mike Rouse, the shortstop.
Your defensive place now playing left field is Blakely. Moving to first base is Pride.
Here's Rouse home for 2 with a couple of walks. Rouse, a left-handed batter. We'll see if it's Cone to work the bottom of the eighth. There's the pitch from Rowenhorst. Fastball for a strike, 0-1. Rouse, a left-handed hitter. 13 runs, 13 hits, no errors for the River Cats. 9 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors for the Bees. 0-1 pitch. That's foul back to the screen. It's 0-2. Java City, Sacramento's specialty coffee roaster since 1894. Invite you to grab a coffee or Javalanche at our concession stand while you enjoy the ball game. River Cat fans shop at javacity.com and get free shipping within Sacramento. There's the 0-2 pitch. That's a breaking ball. Chased and missed. Down he goes. So Rowenhorst has retired 5 straight after the 2-run homer by Bradley. And then they bring up the catcher, John Baker.
Now batting is the catcher, number 7, John Baker.
So here's Baker, who is 0 for 1 with 3 walks. Baker has walked 31 times on the year now. Lefty versus lefty. Here's the pitch to Baker. Rowenhorst delivers a little bit low. It's 1-0. 2, 3, and 4, Smith, Pride, and Elward in the eighth. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Baker. That's chopped foul at home plate toward the Salt Lake dugout. It's 1-1. Comcast, making it easy to enjoy some of the best high-definition, premium, and local broadcast programs available, like ESPN and Comcast Sportsnet in HD, with a crystal clear, high-resolution image and CD quality sound. It's a whole new way to see your world. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball right down the middle for a strike. It's 1-2. Sean Cohn, right-hander, still throwing in the bullpen for the River Cats. Rowenhorst, a deep breath, now out of a windup in the 1-2 pitch. That's swung on and missed. Down he goes. He strikes out the side. 6 straight retired by Rowenhorst. No runs, no hits, no errors. No to that. We're through 7.5. It's the River Cats 13 and the Bees 9. We'll have the bottom of the 8th after this on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
Girl, I'm no liar. I go to mycokerewards.com for all your heart's desire. Girl, I'll put you in a Six Flags roller coaster ride. Even a Hilton sweet beach side. And with every 2-liter 20-ounce fridge pack, I'm gonna save up for the things that you lack. So baby, I'm singing this song for you to tell you about my love. MyCopeRewards.com.
Residency and other restrictions apply. Enter codes by 123106 or visit www.mycoperewards.com for details.
I'd like a personal checking account. Well, I'm all ears. What's your name?
Rob. Robbie.
All right, Bill. Can I call you Willie?
Rob.
I heard that. You married, Ernesto? No. A little something for the missus.
Personal checking at other banks isn't always personal. U.S. Bank checking is built around you with free internet bill pay, free ATMs, and the most reward choices, even cash back. U.S. Bank, 5-star service guaranteed. How many stars does your bank have?
Bye, Murray.
Rock. U.S. Bank, member FDIC.
What's even better than a brand new car? Winning $100,000 at the Roseville Auto Mall just for test driving it. Right now, every test drive you take at the Roseville Auto Mall enters you into the drawing to win $100,000 when they sell their 500,000th car. Eureka Road off I-80 right on Sunrise.
We know what drives you. Roseville Auto Mall.
Home of the $100,000 giveaway. Vehicle test drive required with valid California driver's license, but no purchase necessary to enter or win. See dealer for details.
Hi, welcome to Jackson Rancheria Casino and Hotel. Here at Jackson Rancheria, we have 1,500 slot machines. I'm sure your favorite is here. We also have over 50 tables, exciting tournaments every week, and 9 great restaurants featuring everything from fast food to fine dining. And you better check out all of our exciting concepts. Jackson Rancheria Casino, where friendship is the largest jackpot. For even more information, call 1-800-822-WINN or visit JacksonCasino.com today.
Hi, this is Ken Korak. Tune in all season long to Sacramento River Cats Baseball with Johnny Dasco on News Talk 1380 KTKZ. All right, we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 13-9 River Cat lead. Attendance 9,287, 9287 the attendance on this Saturday night. Great crowd. They're heading to the bottom of the 9th in Oakland. Still 6-4. The Angels lead it. Cone, meanwhile, takes over for Peterson as Sean delivers a strike to Casey Smith. It's 0-1. 13-9 River Cats. Smith, Pride, and Elwood 2, 3, and 4 to face Cone. As the 0-1 to Casey Smith is swung a little dribbler up along third. It rolls foul. It's 0-2. Angels trying to climb to within 3 games of the A's. Trying to make it 2 out of 3 going into that final game tomorrow. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That swung on line, drive hit right at Rouse, and he makes the catch at the shoe tops, and there is one away. So 1 down in the 8th. Here's Curtis Pride, who is 3 for 3. He's a triple away from the cycle. Homered in the first, doubled in the second, singled in the 7th. He walked in the 4th. Pride does not have a triple this year. It's a very triple-friendly ballpark. The nooks and crannies in it. Salt Lake is at 27 triples, or 28 now with the Espedo triple tonight, 28 on the year. Fastball from Cone misses inside 1-0. Sean has been magnificent out of that bullpen. The record ERA of 3.19, making his 21st appearance. 31 innings, 23 hits. He's walked 10, struck out 29. The 1-0. That's bounced down to the shortstop. Backhanded by Rouse. He fires over to first and fires it away, throws it away. And Pride is aboard. It bounces back to Espy, so a throwing error on Rouse. And for Mike, that is his 6th error of the year. And that'll bring up Mike Elward, the third baseman. So a rare throwing error for Mike Rouse. Here's Elward, who is 0 for 4, has flied out twice and bounced out twice. For the River Cats, that is their 66th error of the year. It is their 4th error of the road trip. As the pitch misses, it's 1-0 on Elward. Elward, the only Salt Lake starter without a hit so far tonight. 13-9, River Cats, bottom of the 8th. As Cone over to first to check on Pride. Hope you join us Thursday. Hope you come up to the ballpark Thursday. River Cats will be taking on the Salt Lake Bees. The 1-0 pitch taken for a strike, 1-1. It'll be the final time we see Salt Lake during the regular season. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's taken for a strike in the outside corner. It's 1-2. So 1-2 on Mike Elward. 1-2 pitch. That's taken outside. Nice stop by Baker. That's now 2-2. Rivercats with a 4-run lead. Here's the 2-2 pitch. The runner goes. The pitch is swung on line. Drive off the glove of the leaping McLean. And digging for 3 is Pride, and he'll get there. Pride, very outstanding heads-up play by Pride. He saw that McLean was out of position if that ball popped off his glove, and he took third base. That'll be a base hit for Elward as Pride goes to third. Great effort by McLean trying to make the leaping grab. That's the 12th hit for Salt Lake. And here is Jeff Mathis, the designated hitter. And now Matt Roney, the right-hander, will begin to loosen up at the bullpen for the Rivercats. So it's first and third, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 8th, 13-9 Rivercats. Mathis with an RBI single in the 7th, 1 for 4 tonight as Cone comes set. And the Wedding Planners pitch misses outside. It's 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's foul back to the screen. Big cut by Mathis there. It's 1-1. Off some traffic safety. Reminds you to wear your seatbelt. Click it or ticket. It's the law. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's foul back to the screen. Now 1-2. Good pitch from Cone in on the hands there. Rivercats with a 13-9 lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning from Franklin Covey. As Elward and Pride take their leads, the 1-2 from Cone. That misses outside. Ball 2-2. Cone looks in on the 2-2 pitch. That's taken outside, 3-2. And now Cone in danger, loaded the bases for Espedo, who would represent the tying run. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That's swung on and fouled back over the screen and amongst the crowd. And we'll try it again. 3-2 on Mathis. Sean Cone looks in. And the pitch. That's swung on, hit into center field for a base hit. In to score is Pride. Elward will go for the third. He'll make it. It's now 13-10 Sacramento. So Mathis with his second RBI of the game. And now the tying run comes to home plate to Jason Espedo.
Number 35, Jason Espedo.
And here's Jason Espedo, who is 1 for 2 with a triple. And here comes Juan Navarrete. That's going to be all for Cones. The air comes back to hurt the Rivercats, and Matt Roney will come in with that tying run at home plate. 13-10, the Rivercats are leading it, and here comes Roney. We'll take a 90-second break. Rivercats lead by 3 with 2 on at the bottom of the 8th here in Salt Lake. More after this.
The year was 1956, and Sacramento was booming. SMUD had been operating for a decade, and during that time, the population and the number of customers nearly doubled. Electric usage jumped 77%. In spite of this, SMUD cut electric rates 3 times. For 60 years, SMUD has delivered on the promise of public power, low rates, reliable power, and a variety of programs. Call SMUD for information on free shade trees and greener trees at 1-888-742-SMUD. SMUD, the power to do more since 1946.
KTKZ Sacramento, where your opinion counts. A service of Salem Communications. KTKZ News Talk.
Hey, Claire Watkins. Listen, there's a lot going on this summer. Still got to find one last summer day camp, pick up some of those noodle floaty things for the pool, and all the summer blockbusters are coming out now because it's, well, summer. And the new AT&T has lots of ways to help you stay on top of it all. Like AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month for 12 months. You can find a great camp, buy movie tickets online, and maybe find out the name of those noodle things. Switch from your old cable company to the new AT&T and get 3 months of high-speed internet free. Go online and choose the speed that works for you. So that's Claire's World. For everybody who's not Claire, whatever you want for your world, we can deliver it. Just visit att.com. Oh, and Claire, those noodle thingies, they're called noodles. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Tax delivery charges in the FUSF cost recovery fee extra. High-speed internet bill credit applied after 3 months paid service. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com/offer details. Not available in all areas.
Hi, this is Tony DeFrancisco, manager of the Sacramento Rivercats, and you're listening to Rivercats Baseball with Johnny Dosco on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
All right. Well, Matt Roney will take over here for Cone. Sean still responsible for Mathis and Elward. So Roney, the fourth pitch for the ball game for the Rivercats. Mathis at first, Elward at third. 13 runs, 13 hits, and 1 error for the Rivercats. 10 runs, 13 hits, and 3 errors for the Bees. That's where we are in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Espedo, a left-handed batter. As Roney comes set, and the pitch. That swung on a blast to right center it well. Going back is Clark near the wall, and it is gone. We're tied at 13. Jason Espedo, a 3-run blast. It's a 13-13 ball game. And here's Adam Pakovich, the shortstop. A brand new ball game. Rivercats have blown a 13-6 lead. As Roney to the plate, the pitch to Pakovich, a fastball for a strike, 0-1. So Ben Fritz will not win his second game tonight. And Pakovich on the 0-1 pitch takes a strike on the slider. It's 0-2. There was no doubt about it. Espedo drilled it his first home run in AAA. RBIs 6, 7, and 8. He has a 4 RBI night. As Roney to the plate, the 0-2 pitch. Slider misses inside. It's 1-2. That'll came up and in. Matt Willite, right-hander, beginning to loosen up in the bullpen. Or is that Greg Jones? No, that is Greg Jones down there, right-hander, loosening up for Salt Lake. As Roney to the plate in the 1-2 pitch. That's a slider taking strike, free call, and Pakovich knew it. So that is the second out of the 8th. Here's Corey Myers, the catcher. In the 9th, it'll be S.P. Jimenez and Bradley, 8, 9, and 1. 13 runs, 14 hits, and 3 errors for the Bees. 13 runs, 13 hits, and 1 error for the Rivercats. So 26 runs, 27 hits, and 4 errors in this game. As the pitch to Corey Myers taken outside, it's 1-0. It would have been a crazy game. The A's have lost their game to the Angels 6-4. Weaver with his 6th win. Now 6-0. Blanton the loss 8-8. Rodriguez his 20th save. So the Angels now 3 games back. The 1-0 pitch taken low. It's now 2-0. Texas lost to Minnesota 4-0. Liriano over Reinecker. Hunter with his 14th home run of the year, so the Rangers are 44-40. Here's a fly ball to deep center field. Gone back is Clark near the track. Now on the track, near the wall, makes the catch. And the inning is over. Oh, did Myers just miss it? But 4 runs in the 8th on 3 hits, 1 error, and nobody left. We're through 8 complete. Salt Lake 13, the Rivercats 13. Back on the top of the 9th after this.
How do you know when you've made it? If you're a baseball player, you've made it when you get named to the All-Star team. Or when your face ends up on the side of a cereal box. Of course, if you're a gasoline like Chevron with Techron, you've made it when BMW, GM, Honda, and Toyota designate you top-tier gasoline before any other brand. And if being the first gasoline designated top tier by 4 leading automakers isn't worth a cereal box appearance, nothing is. Chevron.
It's good to play together on the diamond, but it's even better to play together on your Xbox. When the Rivercats aren't on the field, you can usually find them playing Xbox, the official gaming console of Sacramento Rivercats. With several new games for the whole family, online play with Xbox Live, what better time than now to visit your local gaming retailer and pick up your very own Xbox. Xbox. Now more than ever, it's good to play together.
Hey, know what bat guano is? Well, it isn't what happens to your bat when you've done nothing but ride the bench for the entire season. Bat guano is one of the key ingredients in Kellogg Patio Plus outdoor potting soil, and there's nothing better for your outdoor potted plants if you want to make them grow beautiful and healthy. Patio Plus works because it's made with bat guano along with other good things, like worm castings and chicken manure, which wouldn't be a bad thing to call the opposing pitcher. Patio Plus, one of the Kellogg planting mixes. Topper, Grow, Mulch, Amend, Enrich, and Patio Plus, the official garden products of the Sacramento Rivercats.
Hi, this is Walt Horn, athletic trainer for the Rivercats. Tune in all season long to Rivercats Baseball with Johnny Dosco on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
All right, 13-13 the score as the left-hander Jonathan Rowenhorst will face Espy, Jimenez, and Bradley, numbers 8, 9, and 1. So the Rivercats in a 13-6 lead, only to see the Bees score 3 in the 7th and 4 in the 8th. And here's Espy, who is 1 for 4. So unfortunately for Fritz, he will not win his second game of the year. Tucson leads Vegas 6-4. That game was in the 6th. Tucson scored in every inning but the first so far. So Espy, right-handed batter. As the left-hander Rowenhorst out of a windup. And the pitch to Nate. That's swung on. It's fouled back. Top of the screen. It's 0-1. A crazy game. We have not had a one-run inning by either of the teams. The Rivercats with 4 multi-run innings and the Bees with 4 multi-run innings. Crazy game. Here's the 0-1 from Rowenhorst. Breaking ball misses inside to Espy. It's 1-1. Espy with that double in the 3rd inning and ended up scoring. He's hitting .280 on the year. Left-hander looks in. Now the 1-1 pitch. That's swung on, line drive, right center, moving over a speedo, reaches up and makes the catch. And there is one away. So Espy, it's a bullet, but the right fielder able to make the catch. And that'll bring up D'Angelo Jimenez, the second baseman. Jimenez 2 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. For Jimenez, this is his first multi-hit game for the Rivercats as Rowenhorst to the plate in the pitch. Here's a bunt up along third, a good bunt, and Rowenhorst bare hands, there's no play. It's a bunt single for Jimenez. Great play. Rowenhorst slits, even if he comes up with it cleanly, no chance. He spins around and throws out D'Angelo. So great job. D'Angelo Jimenez with a bunt single, his 3rd hit of the night. And here's Milton Bradley, the designated hitter. There's Bradley, who was 4 for 5 with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. The left-hander, Rowenhorst at the belt. And the pitch. That fastball misses outside. Ball 1-0. Bradley, a switch hitter, batting right-handed. Rowenhorst at the belt. And the 1-0 pitch instead, a throw over to first to keep an eye on D'Angelo Jimenez. Some action in the Salt Lake bullpen. A right-hander loosening up. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's swung on a bounce down to the third base. There might be 2. Elward to Smith, and Smith drops it. Oh, they say he's out at second base. They say it was transferred from left hand to throwing hand. And Jimenez is hot. Here comes Juan Navarrete to argue. Juan Navarrete, hands on his hips. And I believe the umpire is saying it was on the transfer from glove hand to throwing hand that it popped out of his hand. Juan is hot, and he'll walk back to the third base coaching box. So 5-4 on the putout. That ball was smoked by Bradley. A nice play, nice pickup over there by Elwood. So 5-4 on the putout, 2 down. And here is Doug Clark, the center fielder. That's Matt Hensley, the right-hander loosening up in the bullpen for Salt Lake. Matt Hensley. Both teams with 13 runs and 14 hits in this ball game. We're in the top of the 9th inning. At the bottom of the 9th, it'll be Blakely, Willits, and Smith. Lefty versus lefty. Clark is 2 for 5 tonight. As Rowan-Horst over to first to check on Milton Bradley. Rowan-Horst at the belt. And the lefty's pitch. That's taken outside. Ball 1-1-0. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock start. Kiesler and Mosley. Rowan-Horst looks over at first. Now the 1-0 pitch. That's taken outside. 2-0 on Clark. Jason Perry, the on-deck hitter. He took over in Boca Chica's spot when Eram was tossed in the 7th inning. Arguing called third strike. Got kicked out when he was in the dugout. Left-hander from the third base side of the rubber peers in. Bradley takes his lead, and the 2-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike to knees, 2-1. Rowan-Horst comes set, and the runner goes. They have it picked off as Pride will fire. No, Pride never threw the ball. Shortstop Pakovich a little late to get over there, and Pride had trouble getting the ball out of his glove, so it's going to be a stolen base for Bradley. And now the Rivercats with a base hit to take the lead. That's a break. They had it picked off, and Pride could not get the ball out of his glove, so that's a break. 2-1 the count. On Doug Clark, Bradley takes his lead from second as Rowan-Horst at the belt. And the 2-1 pitch. That swung on a busted back roller down to the second baseman. Covering is the pitcher Rowan-Horst as Smith throws to Rowan-Horst in time. It's 4-1 on the putout. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We're through 8.5. Rivercats 13, Salt Lake 13. Back at the bottom of the 9th right after this.
For 60 years, you've included Best Western in your family summer vacation. To say thanks, the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada are offering you a limited edition $50 Best Western travel card and up to 20% off your stays with our baseball fan rate. Experience the best summer ever with the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Because when you stay any 6 nights with us through August 19th, you'll receive a $50 travel card to use toward a future Best Western stay anywhere in the world and save up to 20% off with our baseball fan rate. Visit us today at bestwesternbaseball.com or call 866-743-8738 and book the baseball fan rate.
Interested in an extra $100,000? Then all you have to do to enter to win is take a test drive at the Roseville Auto Mall before they sell their 500,000th car. 16 dealers, 21 brands, and a proud sponsor of the Sacramento Rivercats. Eureka Road off I-80 right on Sunrise. Home of the $100,000 giveaway. Vehicle test drive required with valid California driver's license, but no purchase necessary to enter or win. See dealer for details.
In baseball, you can tell a real pitcher by his ERA and a real fan by his HD TV. Yep, high-definition TV from Comcast Digital Cable. You've never seen baseball like this, with amazing color and detail so lifelike you'll be reaching for your mitt. Plus, you'll get a huge lineup of premium and local programming in HD. You know, for those 5 minutes a week you're not watching sports. So this season, don't just see the game, be the game with HD TV from Comcast. Call 1-800-COMCAST today.
This is Mark Ellis, and you're listening to Rivercats Baseball with Johnny Doskow on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
All right, bottom of the 9th. It is a 13-13 ball game. It'll be Darren Blakely, Reggie Willits, and Casey Smith to face the right-hander, Matt Roney. What a crazy crazy game. The River Cats had a 13-6 lead going into the bottom of the seventh and could not hold it. So here's Blakely, who had a pinch hit double in the seventh inning and stayed in the ball game, hitting .455 in his 11 at-bats. There's Matt Roney, the right-hander, out of a windup and the pitch. That's a slider that misses a little bit outside. Maybe it's 1-0. Tucson has taken a 7-4 lead over Vegas in the top of the seventh inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Slider fouled back. It's 1-1. Blakely, a switch hitter, batting left-handed now, is Matt Roney, the all-star. He'll head to Ohio on Monday. He looks in. Now the 1-1 pitch. Fastball. That's fouled straight back, and it's 1-2. River Cats have not trailed in this game. They were tied at 2, tied at 6, now tied at 13. Roney to the plate in the 1-2 pitch. That's taken outside. It's 2-2. Guarding the line at first is Espy. Guarding the line at third is McClain. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That misses inside with a fastball, now 3-2. So 3-2 on Darren Blakely. As Roney looks into Baker. And the right-hander's 3-2 pitch. That's swung on and fouled back. Blakely a good at bat in that seventh inning. Fouled off 6 pitches before he finally doubled off of Peterson. There's a 3-2 pitch. That's a fastball that just misses low, ball 4. And Blakely is aboard. So Blakely walks to lead off the ninth. Here's the center fielder, Reggie Willits. So here's Willits, and we'll see if he's up there to bunt. Willits is 1 for 3 with a couple of walks. Right-hander Matt Hensley still loosening up in the bullpen for the Salt Lake Bees. And on the grass at third is McClain expecting bunt. As Roney at the belt. And goes over to first to check on Blakely. (13-13) here in the bottom half of the ninth inning. Roney to the plate, and Willett squares, gets the bunt down, and it'll be fielded by McClain. His only play is to first, where he throws in time with Jimenez covering, and the sacrifice works 5-4. So nice job by Willett. McClain had to wait for Jimenez to get over there. As Blakely takes second, that winning run standing at second base now. Here's Casey Smith, the second base hit. They put him on for the base open here. You have Pride next. Oh, this would be a heart-wrenching loss for the River Cats if they are, in fact, going to lose this game. This game appeared well in their hands. And you can see it slipping away in the seventh inning. So Blakely takes the lead from second. As Roney checks second, the right-hander's pitch. That misses high and inside. It's 1-0. He doesn't have to give Casey Smith anything to hit with the base open here. 1-0 the count. Roney checks second. And the 1-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike. Good pitch, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's taken for a strike on the inside corner. It's 1-2. 1-2 on Smith. 1 for 5 tonight. Curtis Pride has been on base 5 times already. And he waits next. 1-2 the count as The right-hander Roney at the belt. And the 1-2 pitch. That misses high. Ball 2-2-2. Balls 2 strikes, 1 out, 13-13 the score. Bottom of the ninth from Salt Lake City, Utah. Pacific Coast League game between the River Cats and the Bees. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That swung hit up the middle and through for a base hit. Running third base is Blakely, and he's going to score. And the River Cats lose this game 14-13. Talk about a heart-wrenching loss. The River Cats blow a 13-6 lead, and the Bees score 8 runs in the last 3 innings to win it 14-13. We'll have the totals of the postgame show after this.
You've been listening to Sacramento River Cats baseball on KTKZ News Talk 1380 AM. The Sacramento River Cats, the AAA affiliate of the Oakland A's and 5-time champion of the Pacific Coast League Southern Division. River Cats baseball was brought to you in part by Heineken. It's all about the beer. Sacramento Coca-Cola, proud founding corporate partner of River Cats baseball. Coca-Cola, make it real. AT&T, the new AT&T, your world delivered. Rayleigh's in Bel Air, the market's famous for fine meats and produce. And by Miller Lite, great taste, less filling. Miller, good call. Stay tuned for a complete scoring summary, analysis, and highlights of the game in the River Cats post-game show. Next.
It's on the field. It's in the stands. Gotta get it. Hey, got the rock from there. Everybody plays now.
Hey, I just found a great way to refinance the remodeling I want to do to my house.
Oh? How's that?
I'm getting an equity loan from the Golden One Credit Union. Their equity loans have a great low rate.
Well, I can see how an equity loan may save you some money, but why use an equity loan for the financing?
Because the interest may be tax deductible. But always consult your tax advisor regarding deductibility of interest.
Yeah, I've been thinking about buying a new car.
Oh.
And if I buy it with money from a Golden One equity loan, I may be able to save money with a low rate and possibly save on taxes.
Right.
It looks like an equity loan from the Golden One is a great way to save money when it's necessary to borrow.
It sure is. Golden One members can use equity loans to make major purchases, consolidate debt, or for things like financing a college education. A Golden One equity loan application is quick and easy to fill out, and you can apply by visiting goldenone.com, any Golden One office, or by calling 1-877-GOLDEN-1.
Anyone who lives or works in the Sacramento area can join the Golden One and experience service with a personal touch. The Golden One is an equal housing lender.
Hey, Coach Phil here for the Monterey Bay Canners. When you're looking for a quick bite to eat before a River Cats game or a night out on the town, start your evening at Monterey Bay Canners. Happy hour is daily from 4 to 7, and they even put another hour on there for you from 9 to 10. Great selection of appetizer eats and some excellent prices. Stop in at Monterey Bay Canners for dinner and enjoy 9 different types of fresh fish. Monterey Bay Canners, off I-5 at the Richards Boulevard exit on Burkett Drive. Monterey Bay Canners. If their fish were any fresher, they'd still be swimming.
Did you know that Lou Gehrig's baseball career included 493 home runs before ALS struck him out? Hit your own home run against Lou Gehrig's disease by raising money to support patient services and ongoing research to find a cure at the 6th annual Walk to Defeat ALS. The walk will be held Saturday, October 7th at the Elk Grove Regional Park during the Harvest Festival. Help the Sacramento River Cats throw Lou Gehrig's disease a curveball. For ticket information, visit alssac.org. The Sacramento River Cats are once again a proud sponsor of the ALS Association Greater Sacramento Chapter.
Hit it! The River Cats are up and everybody plays now.
This is Sacramento River Cats baseball on KTKZ News Talk 1380 AM.
It's on the field. It's in the stands. Gotta get it hit. Gotta get it hit. Hey, the River Cats are up and everybody plays now.
It's time for the River Cats post-game show. Here again is the voice of the River Cats, Johnny Dosco.
Yeah, well, what a tough ball game. The River Cats blow a 13-6 lead as Salt Lake wins it 14-13. And the River Cats with a loss fall to 44-46. Salt Lake with a win. They go to 53-36 on the year. Give it the highlights of this game, and there were plenty of them, as Milton Bradley led things off in the ball game. And here's what happened. Even the 1-0 pitch. That's on a fly ball to Shatterfield. Hit well. Going back as Willits near the track. He's at the wall, looks up, and it is gone. A home run for Milton Bradley. And the Rivercats lead it 1-0. Let me give you the highlights first. Excuse me on that. 14 runs, 15 hits, and 3 errors for Salt Lake. They left 8 men on base. For Sacramento, 13 runs, 14 hits, and 1 error. They left 7 men on base. The winning pitcher, Rowenhorst, he's 4-5. The losing pitcher, Roney, 3-2. So Bradley with a home run to lead things off, making it 1-0. Clark then doubled, a leg double for Clark. After Boca Chica flied out to right, that brought Scott McLean to the plate. Here's what happened. Tell you what, let's take a break. Why don't we'll take a 90-second break, and when we come back, we'll give you the highlights of this ball game right after this.
You know the secret to a good sandwich? The roll or bread it's made with. And that's why you should taste one of our new deli sandwiches at Rayleigh's in Bel Air. I'm Frank McMinn. We use a crusty ciabatta roll on our cold gourmet sandwiches and a delicious Italian flatbread to make our hot panini sandwiches. The bread basted lightly with garlic butter. One of our new panini sandwiches, named the Napa, has prosciutto, fresh mozzarella, sliced tomatoes, fresh basil leaves, and a sprinkle of freshly grated Parmesan. Then we grill the sandwich on our panini grill. Serve it to you, hot and yummy. Cheese melting. A brochure at Rayleigh's in Bel Air shows all of our new sandwiches, including a veggie sandwich made with organic greens, avocado, tomatoes, wheat berry bread. All sandwiches are $4.99 in the deli at Rayleigh's in Bel Air. Stop by around noon. We'll do lunch.
We have all heard the stories of the great fires that struck the cities of Baltimore, Chicago, and San Francisco. Many lives were lost and millions of dollars of property destroyed. Back then, fire protection systems did not exist. With the advent of fire sprinkler systems came the skilled professionals who install them. Union Sprinkler Fitters are highly trained professionals who are proud to protect your homes, schools, workplace, and property. Since 1915, Union Sprinkler Fitters have been making your life more livable by helping to make you, your family, and coworkers safe. This message is brought to you by Road Sprinkler Fitters Local Union 669, serving the greater Sacramento area with pride and distinction.
For 60 years, you've included Best Western in your family summer vacation. To say thanks, the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada are offering you a limited edition $50 Best Western travel card and up to 20% off your stays with our baseball fan rate. Experience the best summer ever with the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Because when you stay any 6 nights with us through August 19th, you'll receive a $50 travel card to use toward a future Best Western stay anywhere in the world and save up to 20% off with our baseball fan rate. Visit us today at bestwesternbaseball.com or call 866-743-8738 and book the baseball fan rate.
Hi, this is Sean Cohn, and you're listening to Rivercats Baseball with Johnny Doskow on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
All right, friends, 14-13 is the final score, and I want to make it clear that was absolutely 100% my fault and not my engineers, because I went straight to the highlights instead of giving the totals, which is what I normally do. So it was not Kelvin South's fault. That was completely my fault. We'll go to the highlights right now. Milton Bradley led things off in the first inning, and I know we played that highlight for you again. We'll play it for you one more time. Milton Bradley, the 1-0 pitch. That's swung on a fly ball to Shatterfield. Hit well. Going back as Willits near the track. He's at the wall, looks up, and it is gone. A home run for Milton Bradley. And the Rivercats lead it 1-0. Yeah, Bradley with his first hit on his second rehab stint, his first home run, and the Rivercats got on the board 1-0. Well, Clark would double after Boca Chica flied out. That brought Scott McLean to the plate. And just missed a couple of pitches that he feels he should have had. There's a pitch is swung on, bounced down to the third baseman, backhanded nicely by Elworth. A long throw to first. He throws it low, and he throws it away. Rounding third base is Clark. He'll come in and score. Going to second base, McLean. The Rivercats lead 2-0. Yeah, 2-0 Rivercat lead. I thought they could have scored that, a base hit from McLean, but they scored an error on Elward as Clark came in to score, making it 2-0 Sacramento. Bottom of the first, Ben Fritz on. He allowed a single to Willits after Smith flied out. That brought Curtis Pride to the plate. Houston with the loss, called it 43-45. The runner goes. Pitch is swung on, a fly ball to left center. Hit well. Going back is beating near the track at the wall, and it is gone. Yeah, Curtis Pride with the 2-run homer, his 6th of the year. RBIs 31 and 32, and we had a 2-2 baseball game. But the Rivercats in the top of the second, they got a leadoff walk against Shell from Baker. He would strike out Espy, then Jimenez would single, and that brought Milton Bradley to the plate. Here's a pitch. Off speed, swung on a fly ball to right center, and it's going to fall in for a base hit. Coming in to score is John Baker, going to second base, Jimenez, and it's now 3-2 River Cats. Yeah, Willits went into a slide, tried to make the sliding catch, but it was obviously tried to make the play, almost got it on the short hop as he kept it in front of him, but Bradley with an RBI single, his second RBI of the game, and the River Cats led 3-2. After the Clark single, that brought Boca Chica to the plate. 0-1 pitch. That's swung on, line drive, base hit down the left field line, will go for extra bases, goes all the way to the wall. Jimenez will score. Bradley around third, he will score on a double from Boca Chica as Clark stops at third. It's now 5-2 River Cats. Yeah, the River Cats with a 3-run lead, and then McLean will get the RBI ground out to Pakovich, the shortstop, and that would score Clark, making it a 4-run second and a 6-2 River Cat lead. Now Ben Fritz with 4 runs to work with, but in the bottom of the second, things got crazy. 1-out walk to Pakovich. Myers then singled. Remele singled to load the bases. And then Reggie Willits walked to force homer runs. Some close pitches, some borderline pitches, and Fritz was not getting the benefit of those calls, but neither were some of these Salt Lake pitchers as well, as kind of a tight zone for the home plate umpire, Jake Uhlenhoff. So that made it 6-3. Well, the very next hitter was Casey Smith. Fritz at the belt. Now the 1-2 pitch. That swung on and lined to the left field for a base hit. Myers will score. Remele to third. They'll wave him home. The throw. Good throw cut off by McLean. And now they have Willits hung up. McLean will run it back. He will tag him out. As Smith takes second base, it's now 6-5 River Cats. Yeah, they made it a 6-5 baseball game, and the very next hitter was Curtis Pride. 0-1 pitch. That swung on a fly ball to center field. That's hit well. Going back, Boca Chica near the wall. It falls going to one off the wall. Rounding third and scoring is Smith on a double for Pride, and we're tied at 6. That's right, tied at 6. A 4-run second, a wild one, 6-6 the score after 2. Top of the third inning, though, as Shell was replaced by Haverlow, and the River Cats had roughed up Haverlow the last time they saw him. With 1 out, Baker would walk, SB doubled, and Jimenez walked to load the bases. Milton Bradley then came through with a 2-run single, and for Milton, RBIs 3 and 4 on the night, his third hit, and that made it an 8-6 River Cat lead. Well, the very next hitter was Doug Clark, and here's what happened. There's a 1-0 pitch. That swung on a chopper hit up the middle, and nice play by the shortstop. Pakovich steps on the bag, throws to first. He throws wildly to first. So coming in to score is Jimenez. The throw to second base to get Clark not in time. And the River Cats lead 9-6. Yeah, 9-6 lead for the River Cats. Fielder's choice E6 as Pakovich threw it away. Jimenez came in to score, and it was a 9-6 River Cat lead. Well, Ben Fritz then got to work. He worked a scoreless third, a scoreless fourth, and a scoreless fifth. And Jeff Haverlow worked a scoreless fourth and a scoreless fifth as well. So through 5, we had a 9-6 River Cat lead. River Cats would add to that lead in the 6th inning as Doug Clark reached on an error. There was a ground ball down to the first baseman, Remele. He fed Haverlow, and Haverlow dropped the ball. After Boca Chica popped up, McLean would double Clark to third, and that brought Andrew Beatty to the plate. 0-1 pitch. That swung on and smacked into center field for a base hit. Clark will score. McLean around third. Navarrete will wave him home. The throw to the plate not in time. Going down to second base is Beatty, and the River Cats lead 11-6. Yeah, an 11-6 lead. Things were looking good. Beatty with RBIs 18 and 19. River Cats had a 5-run lead. They loaded the bases. SB bounced into the inning-ending 1-2-3 double play. But in the 7th, the River Cats would add more runs because Jimenez singled. That brought Milton Bradley to the plate. 141 ball games. 3-1 pitch, swung on a fly ball to left field, hit well. Going back is Pride near the wall, looks up, and it is gone. A 2-run homer for Bradley, and the River Cats lead 13-6. Yeah, they had a 7-run lead. Bradley's 4th hit of the game. RBI's 5 and 6 on the game, and a 7-run lead. The River Cats were feeling great about things. They brought in the left-hander Trent Peterson to replace Fritz. Peterson worked a perfect 6, but in the 7th got in trouble, and that 7-run lead, well, I'll tell you what happened. Pride singled. Elward bounced out to third, moving Pride to second. That brought Jeff Mathis to the plate. Baker doing the catching, and the left-hander Trent Peterson on the hill, the 0-2 pitch. Change up, bounced on the whole left side and through for a base hit. Batting third is Pride. They're going to wave him home. Here comes the throw for Beatty to the plate. Oh, he's coming to second base. He came up throwing and decided against it. As Pride scores, it's now 13-7 Sacramento. Yeah, 6-run lead for the River Cats for Mathis, his 28th RBI of the year. An 0-2 mistake by Peterson, and the very next hitter was Jason Espedo. 3-2 pitch. That swung on line drive down the right field line, base hit. Playing it off the wall is Jason Perry. Rounding third base is Mathis. He'll come in and score. Digging for three, Espedo to throw to third base on one hop is not in time. It's a triple, and it's 13-8. Yeah, triple for Espedo, his first AAA triple as he picked up his fifth RBI, and that made it 13-8. But the very next hitter with a runner on third and one out was Adam Patkovich. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That swung on line, drive, base hit right field. Into scores Espedo on a single from Patkovich. It's now 13-9. Yeah, 13-9 lead. Rivercats still feeling good about things as Peterson was able to get out of the seventh by getting Willits to foul out to Espy, but still 3 runs in that seventh inning, making it a 13-9 game. Bottom of the eighth, with after Rauenhorst had struck out the side in the eighth, Casey Smith hit a line drive to Rouse for the first out. Then Pride hit a ground ball down to Rouse. Rouse made a nice play to his right to make the play, but his throw was wild to first base and wide of the bag as SP couldn't make the play. No chance, actually, an error charge to Rouse as Baker would back it up. So he's 6. Elward then singled. That brought Mathis to the plate. Here's what happened. And the pitch. That swung on, hit into center field for a base hit. And the score is Pride. Elward will go to third. He'll make it. It's now 13-10 Sacramento. So Mathis with his second RBI. Yeah, that was with Cone in there. Cone had replaced Peterson in the eighth. So that made it a 13-10 baseball game. And the tying run came to home plate, and he faced the tying run was Jason Espedo, who had tripled in the seventh inning. Matt Roney was the pitcher, and here's what happened. As Roney comes set, and the pitch. That swung on up last to right center, hit well. Going back is Clark near the wall, and it is gone. We're tied at 13. Unbelievable. A 3-run homer by Espedo, and they had come back from a 13-6 deficit to make it 13-13. Rivercats failing to score in the top of the ninth off Rauenhorst, and with Roney on in the ninth, Blakely, who took over for Remele in the 9 spot, he walked. Willett sacrificed, and that brought Casey Smith to the plate. That swung hit up the middle and through for a base hit. Running third base is Blakely, and he's going to score. And the Rivercats lose this game 14-13. Yeah, I said Rivercats lose this game, not the Bees win this game. You have to give the Bees credit. They scored 8 runs in the last 3 innings. An improbable comeback, but they did it. 14-13 the final. The Rivercats lose it as they fall to 44-46. Come back with the PCL scoreboard and the pitching lines in this baseball game after this.
Now here's the story of Peg, Meg, and Sue. Come to Jackson Rancheria. It's what they love to do. Nickel and penny slots are often the choices. You can hear the excitement well up in their voices. Well, these sweet and sassy seniors got truly inspired. Stayed more than a few hours than were required. First peg hit a jackpot. Next Meg then Sue. Now at Jackson Rancheria, we call them the Wrecking Crew. At Jackson Rancheria, we call Peg, Meg, and Sue dream catchers. People have discovered that we're so much more than a casino. Perhaps you have too. Jackson Rancheria, are you a dream catcher?
I'm looking for a low interest rate on a home equity loan.
How does 18.9% sound?
Can you go any lower?
How does 18.9% sound?
Other banks talk low rates, but only U.S. Bank has low rates with 5-star service guaranteed. Flexible home equity loans, fast decisions, and low rates. U.S. Bank, 5-star service guaranteed. How many stars does your bank have? U.S. Bank, equal housing lender.
Hey fans, the Rivercats and Rayleigh Field are selling a brand new hot dog and gourmet sausage. Alpine Meats, the winner of over 18 other companies in that great taste shootout of '93, is now the proud supplier to the Rivercats. Alpine products are made in small batches with select meats and premium spices, then slowly smoked with hickory. Alpine Meats, the choice of sports fans at more sports facilities in Northern California than any other company. You'll savor the flavor of Alpine Meats. After all, anything else is just a weenie. Ask your butcher. Alpine Meats. satisfying taste buds since 1936.
Hi, this is Barry Zito, and you're listening to Rivercats Baseball with Johnny Dosco on News Talk 1380, KTKZ.
All right, pitching lines in the baseball game. Stephen Shell, 2 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Jeff Haverlow, 3 1/3, 5 hits, 5 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks and no strikeouts. Jonathan Rauenhorst, 3 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, no walks and 4 strikeouts. For the Rivercats, Ben Fritz, 5 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 5 walks. He struck out 3. Trent Peterson, 2 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, no walks, no strikeouts. Sean Cohen, 1/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, no walks and no strikeouts. And Roney with the loss. He went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk. He struck out 1. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 13 minutes. The attendance 9,287. Albuquerque defeated Memphis today 11-2. It was Round Rock losing to Nashville 5-4. So Albuquerque now trailing Round Rock by 10.5 games. It was Oklahoma over New Orleans 4-3, Iowa 8, Omaha 7. A great finish there. Iowa with 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th. Tucson with an 8-4 lead over Vegas, so the Rivercats could be 12 games back with 54 to go if Tucson holds on there. Fresno losing to Colorado Springs. Actually, that's a final. The Sky Sox win it 11-0. Tacoma leading Portland 6-0 in the 8th. Go back to the Major League scoreboard and tell you what's on tap for tomorrow afternoon right after this.
Hey, know what bat guano is? Well, it isn't what happens to your bat when you've done nothing but ride the bench for the entire season. Bat guano is one of the key ingredients in Kellogg Patio Plus outdoor potting soil, and there's nothing better for your outdoor potted plants if you want to make them grow beautiful and healthy. Patio Plus works because it's made with bat guano along with other good things, like worm castings and chicken manure, which wouldn't be a bad thing to call the opposing pitcher. Patio Plus, one of the Kellogg planting mixes. Topper, Grow Mulch, Amend, Enrich, and Patio Plus, the official garden products of the Sacramento Rivercats.
The year was 1956, and Sacramento was booming. SMUD had been operating for a decade, and during that time, the population and the number of customers nearly doubled. Electric usage jumped 77%. In spite of this, SMUD cut electric rates 3 times. For 60 years, SMUD has delivered on the promise of public power, low rates, reliable power, and a variety of programs. Call SMUD for information on free shade trees and greenergy at 1-888-742-SMUD. SMUD, the power to do more since 1946.
Hey, Claire Watkins. Listen, there's a lot going on this summer. Still got to find one last summer day camp, pick up some of those noodle floaty things for the pool, and all the summer blockbusters are coming out now because it's, well, summer. And the new AT&T has lots of ways to help you stay on top of it all. Like AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month for 12 months. You can find a great camp, buy movie tickets online, and maybe find out the name of those noodle things. Switch from your old cable company to the new AT&T and get 3 months of high-speed internet free. Go online and choose the speed that works for you. So that's Claire's World. For everybody who's not Claire, whatever you want for your world, we can deliver it. Just visit att.com. Oh, and Claire, those noodle thingies, they're called noodles. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxi with the charges and the FUSF cost recovery fee extra. High-speed internet bill credit applied after 3 months paid service. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com/offer details. Not available in all areas.
Hi, this is Jeremy Brown. You're listening to Rivercats Baseball with Johnny Dosco on News Talk 1380, KTKZ.
The Angels climbed to within 3 games of Oakland as they defeated the A's 6-4. Jared Weaver, 7 strong innings. As he got the win, he's 6-0. Joe Blanton, the loss, 8-8. And K-Rod with his 20th save of the year. Juan Rivera, his 11th. Maiciras Turris with his first. Minnesota shut out Texas, so the Rangers still a game and a half behind the A's. That final 4-0. Liriano the win now 10-1. John Reinecker the loss 4-3. Torrey Hunter at his 14th for Minnesota. It was the Yankees over Tampa Bay 5-1. Wong the win 9-4. Kazmir the loss 10-6. It was Toronto 7, Kansas City 5, Talley the win 2-0, Peralta the loss 1-1, and Ryan with his 24th save. Shea Hillenbrand at his 12th for Toronto, and Angel Barreau his 5th for Kansas City. Baltimore 7, Cleveland 4, Bedard the win, his 5th straight win. He's now 10-6. Sowers the loss 1-2, and Ray with his 21st save. Melvin Moore at his 11th for Baltimore, and Kelly Stoppick at his 1st for Cleveland. Boston 9, the White Sox 6, Josh Beckett the win, 11-4. David Risquet the loss, 0-2. Jonathan Papelbon his 26th save. David Ortiz at his 31st for Boston. For the White Sox, Jim Thome his 30th. And Jermaine Dye with 2 home runs, numbers 23 and 24. Bottom of the 8th, Detroit leading Seattle 2-1. Raul Ibanez hit his 20th for Seattle. In the National League, the Marlins beat the Mets in Game 1 of a doubleheader 3-2. Johnson the win 8-4. Maine the loss 0-3. Borowski his 16th save. Miguel Cabrera at his 15th for Florida. Josh Willingham his 11th. And Hanley Ramirez with his 6th. In the second game, it was a 17-3 final as the Mets defeated the Florida Marlins. It was Pelfrey the win 1-0. Nolasco the loss 6-6. Valentin with his 9th. Floyd his 7th. Carlos Beltran with his 25th. San Francisco beat the Dodgers 11-7. Noah Lowry the win 4-5. Derek Lowe the loss 7-5. Benitez his 10th save. Moises Alou at his 10th for San Francisco. Ray Durham his 12th. Noah Lowry his 1st for the Dodgers. Almeida Sainz at his 7th. In 10 innings, the St. Louis Cardinals beat the Houston Astros 7-6. Jason Isringhausen the win 3-4. Roy Oswalt the loss 6-6. Scott Spezia with his 5th for St. Louis. Albert Pujols his 29th. And for Houston, Craig Biggio hit his 8th. The Cubs beat Milwaukee 3-1. Marmol to win 2-3. Bush the loss 5-7. And Dempster with his 14th save. It was Atlanta 4, Cincinnati 1. John Smoltz the win 6-5. Aaron Harang the loss 9-6. Ray with his 5th save. Jeff Francoeur with his 16th home run for Atlanta. San Diego 5, Washington 2. Chris Young the win 8-4. Astacio the loss 1-1. Hoffman with his 24th save. As looks like Mike Cameron at his 10th. Mark Bellhorn his 7th. Adrian Gonzalez his 13th for Washington. Alfonso Soriano at his 27th. Philadelphia beat Pittsburgh 6-2. Corey Lytle to win 5-7. Maholm the loss 3-8. Jason Bay his 21st home run of the year. And Arizona defeating Colorado. Arizona was 7 in the 9th. Colorado scored 6 in the 9th. Arizona wins at 8-7. Vizcaíno the win 3-3. Fuentes the loss 2-2. And Julio with his 9th save. Greg Counsell at his 3rd for Arizona. Chad Tracy at his 13th. Well, what can you say? Salt Lake has won the first 2 games of this series, both by 1 run. This one, a tough one to swallow, as the River Cats had a 6-2 lead. They had a 9-6 lead. They had a 13-6 lead, only to see Salt Lake score 3 in the 7th and 4 in the 8th to win it 14-13. And I'll tell you what, these are one of those losses that you wake up as a manager and it's painful. And Juan Navarrete, who has taken over for Tony DeFrancesco for these 4 days, that's a tough loss for this ball club. 14-13, the River Cats fall to 44-46. The final game of the 3-game set will be tomorrow. It's a 1 o'clock start Pacific Daylight Time, and it will be the left-hander Randy Kiesler to get the call for Sacramento. He is 4-3 in the area of 2.36. Goes against right-hander Dustin Mosley, 8-4, 3.64. So lefty Kiesler against the righty Mosley. The River Cats will try to capture 1 of the 3 games. River Cats now 3 out of 5 on the road trip after sweeping Fresno. So a wild one, offensively quite a night. Milton Bradley, 4 hits and 6 RBIs, including 2 home runs. Doug Clark had a couple of hits. Boca Chica, a 2-run double. Boca Chica kicked out of this game in the 7th inning for arguing that 3rd strike. Beatty, 2-run single in the 6th. He had 2 hits. Jimenez had 3 hits and 4 at-bats. His first multi-hit game for the River Cats. And Fritz did not pitch all that badly. Got a little trouble in the early part of the game, but was tough 3rd, 4th, and 5th, but wasn't to be. Peterson, Cone, and Roney giving up 9 hits and 7 runs. So bullpen did not do the job tonight. I'd like to thank our engineer, Kelvin Sow, who did do a good job tonight. And for Kelvin Sow, this is Johnny Dosco bidding you farewell from Franklin Covey Field in Salt Lake City, Utah, where the River Cats lose probably the most gut-wrenching, heart-wrenching game of the year. They lose this one 14-13. For Kelvin, this is Johnny. Good night, everybody.
You've been listening to the River Cats post-game show. The Sacramento River Cats, the AAA affiliate of the Oakland A's, and 5-time champion of the Pacific Coast League Southern Division. Join us next time for more exciting River Cats baseball on KTKZ News Talk, 1380 AM.
It's on the field. It's in the